two like-minded teams tee it up tonight in the OCC Central. Our Toyota Friday Night Rivals brings us to Dublin Coffman tonight. It's week number 9 as the Shamrocks get set to play host to the Golden Bears from Upper Arlington. We welcome you to high school football here on this Friday night. All of my broadcast partner, Jeff Logan. I'm Marty Bannister. We will hear from Kellyanne Stitz coming up in just a couple of moments. These two teams, as I mentioned, very like-minded, Jeff Logan, and they do something that's near and dear to your running back heart. They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, they love to run the football. Both of these teams are very physical, offensively and defensively, and the injuries that have impacted these both teams this year have forced them to really have to run the ball well. I expect to see a physical game.
For Upper Arlington head coach Justin Buttermore, they've had to rely on their defense this season to get them through a rash of injuries, and it's a good thing they have a good player at one of those defensive back spots, Jeff, and Zach Corno.
Yeah, he is a terrific football player, a junior defensive back. He is a dynamic tackler in that secondary. 2 interceptions for the Golden Bears. He's an impact player.
And for Garen Stokes, the head coach at Dublin Coffman, his team also has battled injuries throughout the season, but their offense has been steadied because they have a pretty good one at quarterback in Quinn Hart.
Yeah, Quinn has developed his skill over the last couple of years, and he's gotten to the point right now, 1,700 yards of total offense for this young man, 17 combined touchdowns, and when he gets up to the line of scrimmage, they trust him so well, they give him full access to change plays and take over the playbook.
No need to be superstitious. Hey, it's Friday the 13th, but we've got high school football coming up for you tonight. It's Dublin Coffman, it's Upper Arlington, it's the OCC Central Friday Night Rivals. The kickoff is coming up next. Yada, yada.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Kaufman Stadium, located on the campus of Dublin High School. Tonight, the Rocks will be taking on the Golden Bears of Upper Arlington High School. Both high schools compete tonight are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the high standards of conduct, competition, and sportsmanship with member schools. These athletes please keep in mind that tonight's play may be fierce, and everyone is reminded that these games include young athletes and that sporting behavior is expected. The officials assigned the game this evening have been selected according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The officials for tonight's contest are head referee Joel Pompeo, umpire Frank Grubb, the linesman Steve Gerber, the back judge Ben Jordan Downs, the center judge Marcus Wright, and the head linesman John Sapphire. During the coin toss earlier, Kaufman did win, and they have deferred to receive the football to start the second half of play. This is how your Rocks will line up defensively this evening at nose guard. Number 95, Christian Werling. At defensive end, number 52, Demetrius John. At defensive end, number 91, Armando Campa. At linebacker, number 8, Carson Cox. At linebacker, number 42, Charlie Mitchell. At linebacker, number 3, Ashton Berry. At safety, number 11, Luke Sopko. At the other safety, Andy Park. At corner, number 10, Nigel Allen. At the other corner, number 7, Zach Beckman. And at free safety, number 6, Preston Phillips. Kicking off for your Rocks, number 17, Matt Schramm.
Wind starting to pick up as we close in on kick tonight, but first the coin toss brought to you by Hilliard Lawn and Garden, a proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss. The Dublin Coffman Shamrocks and the Upper Arlington Golden Bears meeting here this evening in a rivalry that has been very tight over the years. Coffman has won the toss and has elected to defer. And again, the coin toss brought to you by Hilliard Lawn and Garden, a proud sponsor of tonight's coin toss. Tonight's opening kick is sponsored by MakeItMakeSense.org. Scan the QR code on the screen to get youths and adults the help they need to quit smoking and vaping. Temperature starting to drop, the wind picking up as we move along towards kick here tonight. Good one, I guess, is the best way to sum this one up, Jeff Logan. Good to have you back this week, my friend.
Great to be here, and hard to believe it's week number 9 already in the high school football season, and a great night weather-wise to be this late into the season, and two really solid football teams. We talked in the open about the number of injuries that both of these teams have had throughout the season, but both of them firmly in as far as playoffs are concerned. And I think tonight's game goes a long way to how these teams are going to be able to compete down the stretch in that Week 10 and into the first round of the playoffs.
Jake Braun, Wally Sweeney, and Zach Corna are the deep backs waiting the kick. Dublin Kaufman's Matt Schramm, the Shamrocks. The Rocks are 6-2, 2-1 in the OCC Central. Upper Arlington 5-3, and they are 1 up and 2 down in the Ohio Capital Conference Central Division. These teams coming in off of games last week. Kaufman edged a very good Davidson team 21-20, while Upper Arlington last week shut out Olentangy Orange by the score of 10-0. We expect this one to be low scoring tonight. The opening kick sails into and out of the end zone, and Upper Arlington's offense will get the ball to start this one tonight. The third member of our broadcast crew, it's always a pleasure to say hello to Kellyanne Stills.
Guys, emotions could run high in this one tonight. It's senior night here at Dublin Kaufman High School. These two schools are only separated by 10 miles. They've played each other for over 2 decades, with UA leading the series 14-12. They have similar playing styles. They like to play physical and run the ball, especially with the Golden Bears losing their star quarterback and playing with their backup. Buttermore said he told his guys and reminded them to focus on the little things and preach execution and effort if they want to pull away with the win tonight, guys.
6'1", 175-pound junior Kyle Cox will throw on the first play from scrimmage and has the receivers. They send the ball out on the first play from scrimmage. Again, we talked about both these teams wanting to throw the football or run the football a lot, and what do? Well, they throw it on the first down. There you see the Upper Arlington starting offense. Trent Wolper made that catch a moment ago. Wally Sweeney is their leading receiver with 30 catches on the season. The offensive line is coming around. It hasn't progressed, though, as much as head coach Justin Buttermore would like it to have progressed to this juncture of the season. We'll set the Kaufman defense for you in a moment. And this is Connor McClellan with his first touch of the night. A couple of weeks back against Liberty, he only carried the ball 36 times. And this time he carries out across the 30 to the 32 for a first down. There's the Kaufman defense. And Demetrius John, the nose guard, he's a good one. He's headed to play for Brett Bielema at Illinois. He's a transfer from Westerville North. Linebackers are a solid pair as well, or a trio rather. Carson Cox, a good one, a 3-year starter at one of those outside linebacker spots. And again, the starting lineup's brought to you by the University of Toledo. First down for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. They'll put 3 wides onto the field with a slot back and send Sweeney in motion. And it will be a handoff inside, and good job by the interior of that Kaufman defense, rising up to meet the carry that time, right along the line of scrimmage that time. That was Jack Hubert, a 5'11", 191-pound senior whose carries have started to go up as the season has gone along. Jeff, you talked about the injuries that Upper Arlington has sustained this season. That's really prevented them from getting any kind of rhythm on offense, hasn't it?
Tommy Janowitz was their starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, made it through a couple of games, had some really good numbers, but they've had to make some changes. As you see Jack Hubert's numbers, 2 touchdowns on the season.
Ball out to the 36, and inside again goes the handoff. And this is pretty much what we expect to see most of the night. These two teams, both head coaches made no secret about it as Hubert carries out across the 35 to the 38-yard line, bring up a third down up here. In fact, Justin Buttermore even said when we talked to him earlier in the week, Jeff, if this is a 17-14, 13-10 type game, he likes his club's chances.
Absolutely. Keep an eye on the defensive side. Number 52, Demetrius John. He's a 6'3", 250-pound senior there on the kind of the middle of your screen. He's going to Illinois to play football.
Third down, Upper Arlington 40% this season. Cox to throw, and they have converted the first down as they get the ball into Kaufman territory. It's Wally Sweeney with the catch, and that's a first down for the Upper Arlington offense. They go to the air to pick up the first down tonight. Good throw by Cox here on the run.
Yeah, really good job of setting his feet here and getting the ball delivered on time and on target. Good outcut by the junior wide receiver, Wally Sweeney. 30 catches coming into tonight's ball game.
14-yard pickup and a Buckeye State Bank first down. Buckeye State Bank, together we win. And Upper Arlington with the football on the opening possession of the night. We've talked about the conditions here at Kaufman Stadium. Wind swirling as we get this one started tonight. The temperature, you can feel it already starting to drop a little bit. It was in the 70s, of course, today here in Central Ohio.
I like this Connor McClellan, big kid, 6 foot, 200 pounds, 721 yards rushing coming into tonight's ball game, averaging just over 6 yards every time he touches the ball.
Picked up 2 that time to the 46, and Cox will throw. Zips it over the middle, and the pass is caught. Close to a first down that time as they get the ball to Joe Mattery, a 6'1", 156-pound senior, and it is good enough for another Buckeye State Bank first down. The completion carries the ball to the 37-yard line to pick up a 9.
Yeah, spreading the ball around to a lot of different receivers out there. That time, big Joe Mattery, good target out there. And how about the poise so far? Kyle Cox at quarterback.
Well, one of the things that Justin Buttermore talked about is Cox throws to Sweeney as he tries to angle away from the oncoming pressure of the Kaufman defense. A good job there. Sam Maloney, cornerback, a 5'10 senior, raced up to make the initial stop. The play carried for a couple of yards to the 35. But Justin Buttermore talked a lot about the offensive line, which gave him time there. But they've been a work in progress, and they've struggled at times this year.
They really have. They only have one returning starter from a year ago. That's your center, Henry Zettler. The other guys never played any varsity football. So this is a developmental time for this Upper Arlington offensive line.
Facing a second down and 7, 8.5 to go. Quarter number 1. Connor McClellan steps through a couple of defenders, and he's on to go to the 15, to the 10, and he is brought down inside the 5-yard line. A touchdown-saving tackle as he broke through that Kaufman defense. Nigel Allard, a 5'9", 180-pound junior, was the last man back and got him by the ankles and dropped him. But it's a first and goal upcoming, a Buckeye State Bank first and goal for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears.
Boy, really good effort. Great job of blocking on that left side of the offensive line, creating the opportunity for Connor McClellan to be able to get it down inside the red zone.
Galloped for 32 in the first down as they have it now first and goal. Ball at the Kaufman 3-yard line out of the pistol formation. Cox will hand it off to McClellan again, and again around the ankles. He's able to avoid the pressure, and did he get into the end zone? He did. Touchdown. A Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. Upper Arlington takes the opening kick and marches right down the field and takes the lead.
Now watch the crashing defensive end on the right side, left side of your screen, coming in to try and make the play. Did he get in? Absolutely. What a terrific effort by Connor McClellan, using that hand down on the ground to be able to stretch out and get himself across the goal line. And the Bears are up 6-0.
9th touchdown of the season on the ground for McClellan. The extra point attempt by Edward Oakley is up, and it is good. He's now 20 of 22 on the season, and the Upper Arlington Golden Bears move down the field and take the lead. Initial possession of the night, Upper Arlington 7. Kaufman to get the football when we come back here at Kaufman Stadium in Dublin.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's capability to keep pushing on with trucks built to outlast and outlive any adventure, like the legendary 4Runner with over 40 years of off-road experience, or the best-selling Tacoma with the best resale value in its class. Now get any new Tacoma with low 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with Tacoma. Toyota. Let's go places.
Kaufman getting set to receive the opening kick tonight of Upper Arlington after the Golden Bears march down the field. The scoring summary brought to you by the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County. A 9-play, 80-yard drive that took almost 4 minutes off of the first period clock. Impressive opening way to start the game by Upper Arlington, Jeff.
And Marty, I would say pretty well balanced along the way, too, mixing the run with the pass. Something we thought we'd see more and more running attack, but Coach Buttermore beginning to have a little bit more confidence in his junior quarterback, Kyle Cox, who was perfect on that drive.
The dangerous Amari Valerio Hudson is one of the deep backs for Dublin Kaufman. Sam Maloney is also back deep to receive the kick of Edward Oakley. 7-0 is the lead for Upper Arlington, and this will be Maloney coming over and fielding the ball at the 10, and we'll start back towards the middle of the field. Good pursuit that time by the Upper Arlington coverage team as they race down there and drop Maloney before he could sweep to the edge. And good job of open field tackling there by Upper Arlington. Really, and Dublin Kaufman will get the football for what will be a very special first down play coming up here in just a moment. Yeah. Watch that right there. That's a good job there defensively.
Yep. Good special teams, but really a bad decision to take that ball across all the way. 2 hash marks over there trying to make that play. And Marty, I'll let you take it over from here.
Noah Gellert with the tackle. There's a young man on this Dublin Kaufman football team that has been battling a rather serious injury. Kellyanne Stitz is on the sidelines for us, and she has the story of this exceptional young man who's walking onto the field right now, Kellyanne, for Dublin Kaufman.
Dylan Pratt. Dylan has endured the unimaginable and has remained a warrior through it all. He had surgery to remove a brain tumor right before his junior season. Then his father unexpectedly passed away this summer while training for Pelotonia with his younger brother Trevor, who's also a member of the team. Dylan, as you can see, dressed for tonight's game, and he took the handoff on the first offensive play tonight for Dublin Kaufman. The team and the community continue to rally around the boys and the family, and the program showing their support tonight in a play that means more than the game to the Pratts. Of course, both teams had to agree to this moment, and Upper Arlington was more than willing to let Dylan have his moment.
What a special moment right there for that young man, and all the things that he has had to endure and his family has had to endure. And as Kellyanne mentioned, as big a gain as we'll have in this game tonight right there by that young man.
Absolutely. You know, high school football brings back incredible memories. The longer you're away from it, the more you remember some of those great relationships and things that happened during that period of time. And I promise you, this is a moment that every kid on this team, every manager, every trainer, every parent that's involved is going to remember this moment for Dylan Pratt.
He went to head coach Garen Stokes earlier in the week and said, Coach, I want to play. I want to be on the field on senior night.
How good is that? That is awesome.
And Garen Stokes, the head coach at Kaufman, more than happy to let him do just what you saw a moment ago. Very, very special play right there. First down and 10 for Kaufman. The Shamrocks with the football, their first touch of the night. And this is the quarterback, Quinn Hart, with a good play fake and is able to get to the outside. A short gain out to the 17-yard line. Let's check the starters tonight on the offensive side of the ball. There's the Dublin Kaufman offense. We mentioned Amari Valerio Hudson. He's a very impressive target. 42 catches this season for Valerio Hudson. David White will do the majority of the ball carry. Garen Stokes wants more out of that young man in the backfield. He's rushed for 450-plus yards this season. And there's Quinn Hart. Jeff talked about him in the pregame.
Now, Quinn Hart has really developed his skill set over time, and they've given him full access. As I mentioned in the opening, he is in charge of this offense.
Second down and 9, and Hart will throw to the far side, and the pass is caught. Short gain again as they work the ball up to the far side. As the catch was made by Cameron Hairston, a 6'1 junior with the reception. There's that Golden Bear defense, and it's been keeping them in football games this season. They have back tonight George Gerber at one of the linebacker spots. He didn't play last week. Jason Milo stepped in the middle and did a great job for Gerber, but Gerber will be on the field tonight. He's their best defender along with Zach Corna.
And we'll watch George Gerber very closely, wearing number 34 right there in the middle.
Third down for Kaufman. They're 24% on third down conversions this season, and they will be shy of the first down here. They need to get out to the 25-yard line, and it is just shy. And we'll see what Garen Stokes elects to do here. And it looks like A.Z. Thompson and the punt unit will come onto the field. There's a good look at Garen Stokes.
And you see him communicating with some of his football players as they come off, talking to the offensive lineman. Cal Thrush, a defensive end for UA, a 6'4", 226-pound junior leading the charge there. A name that you may be familiar with, Thrush. His daddy played for the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Played with a guy we both know pretty well, Ryan Miller.
Yes, he did.
Ryan's very happy. I mentioned it, and the punt is blocked. The punt is blocked and sails out of bounds. Great pressure that time. One guy came racing in for Upper Arlington that time and got to that punt. That was Nick Ardelia, the strong safety, a sophomore. He came flying in and easily blocked the punt by A.Z. Thompson. It was easy on the block.
Nobody touched him. Ardelia came from the outside, and you could see the up back was really taken up by somebody coming up the middle, but that is a total special teams breakdown by Dublin Kaufman and an exceptional play by the Golden Bears. And how many times do we see the importance of special teams in football changing the way things go? And in Upper Arlington, an opportunity to go 2 scores up.
They'll go out of the pistol formation. It's McClellan with the football. He's got the first touchdown, and he has the second one as he powers into the end zone. Connor McClellan for the Ramos Roofing touchdown. For a free estimate on your roof, call or text 614-761-ROOF. Upper Arlington has had the ball twice. They have scored twice.
The holder, number 16.
Taking advantage of the block punt.
Snapper, number 97.
All right, here's your touchdown. Read option. Quarterback doing a good job of looking at the defensive end. If that defensive end crashes, quarterback will keep the ball. This time, Connor McClellan gets up behind that big offensive line. Henry Zettler, I mentioned, at the center position, and Keaton Sue, who's a senior on the right guard.
Oakley's extra point attempt, but flags are down as the ball was snapped. So for a couple of teams that are
dead ball, encroachment, defense number 10, half the distance to the goal, retry the down.
That explanation of the penalty brought to you by the United States Army, and that's our good friend Joe Volpio.
They've got a great crew down there. We've had this crew before, and I can tell you what.
We even had his brother Jeff earlier this year officiate a game.
Absolutely. This crew was rewarded a year ago. They got the Division I state finals.
Exactly. Here's the kick this time by Oakley. It is up, and it is good with no flags down. Reference Joe Volpio. We'll tell you that story when we come back. Upper Arlington, 2 scores in the game's first 6.5 minutes, and they lead Dublin Kaufman 14-0.
Position, Dr. Terry Kilbin. Athletic trainers for your Rocks football team are Jenner Weiss and Rachel Reinhardt. Ohio Health. Back deep for your Rocks, number 1, Amari Valerio Hudson, and number 27, Sammy Maloney. Kicking off for UA, number 23, Edward Oakley.
Yeah, welcome back. Obviously, a big play in this game is the punt block. Watch the right side of your screen. Nobody touches the side, and that is like stealing, being able to come in that way. Upper Arlington had loaded that side. Dublin Kaufman needed to make an adjustment, but you go untouched on that, you're going to make it happen. Scoring summary, obviously very quickly, brought to you by the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health of Franklin County. 1 play, 5 yards, 6 seconds, 14-0 Golden Bears.
There's our referee, Joe Volpio. A few weeks back, we had the Pickerington Central, Pickerington North game, and Joe and his crew were the officials that night. I always ask in the press box when we come to games, I want the officials' card so I can check the officials' names, and I always like to introduce them. They're a part of the game. And the card that night had him as Jeff Volpio, and I referred to him as Jeff all throughout the game. And he made sure to find me prior to the game and throw a flag 15 yards for misidentifying him. Here's the kick by Maloney, a return by Maloney, rather, and he spins out with a decent return out across the 25. And he walked right up to me and said, I'm Joe.
Not Jeff.
Not Jeff. My brother Jeff lives in the Cleveland area.
There you go. Much better decision that time on the kick return coming from number 27, Sam Maloney. Now, I criticized him on the first one because he came across all the way from the right side of the field to the left side. That's just too much. Even if it's a left return, if they kick it over into that corner, you got to make it look like you're going left, but turn it right back up. That's exactly what he did there. Nice job.
Kaufman with the ball at their own 27, but down 2 scores in this first quarter at 14-0. Impressive opening drive by Upper Arlington, then a block punt led to another touchdown. Here's Quinn Hart trying to find some room to run, and is dropped as he tried to navigate his way out to the 30. He got just to the 29, picked up a couple of yards. Keys to tonight's game, well, certainly for Upper Arlington, they have to be more physical in this game than Kaufman. Both teams like to play that style of football, and it has to be low scoring. But if you're Upper Arlington, you got to love being up by 2 scores early on in this game. And for Dublin Kaufman, Jeff, they make no secret of the fact they want to run the football.
Yeah, they're both power football teams. but I've been impressed with the way Upper Arlington has come out and been balanced offensively. That time on the first play, Quinn Hart had an RPO, run-pass option, and decided to keep the ball.
That Hilliard-Davidson game, they held the ball for the first 9.5 minutes of the game. They went all Fairfield Union on Hilliard-Bradley last week, or Hilliard-Davidson in that game. A couple of weeks back, we had Fairfield Union and Bloom Carroll, and Fairfield Union had the ball for the entire first quarter. 9.5 minutes isn't bad, though.
It's amazing. I have told that story so many times because it's the first time I've ever seen it in any football game. Keep the ball for the entire quarter, get a field goal at the end, and then lose 45-3. I mean, come on. It doesn't happen.
That was David White with the carry a moment ago. It's a 3rd down and 9 for Kaufman. Shamrocks with the football, and Hart goes back to throw with a clean pocket. Now flushed and is rolling. Will tuck the football and run. Nice little sidestep move, and breaks free and picks up the Buckeye State Bank first down.
12,
Nicely done by Quinn Hart. That little move where he kind of shifted almost midair, Jeff, allowed him to speed ahead and pick up the first down. Nicely done.
Well, he's got 630 yards rushing. He's the leading rusher on this football team, as well as obviously being the guy that's throwing the football all the time. And you look at his rushing numbers on the season, those are great numbers, and that includes sack yardage, guys. I mean, that's really important to understand how effective this young man has been, and 8 touchdowns running the ball.
Picked up a dozen and a first down for Dublin Kaufman, trying to fight back into this game, down 14-0 here early on. It's Hart handing the football off, trying to get to the edge far side as Amari Valerio Hudson, and Upper Arlington had that young man singled out. They know exactly where that dangerous player is, and it's our guy, our Star Watch player, Jeff, we talked about. They opened Zach Corner coming up to make the big play.
Well, one of the things Zach Corner is going to do is he is going to spy number 1 tonight. He is going to be all over him because they realize he is such an impact player that they got to make sure that somebody's there. They talked about him being a dynamic tackler. That's what it means out there in space, being able to come up with the play where you've got playmakers that have a tendency to make you miss.
Play lost a yard, 2nd down and 11. Corner 30 tackles coming into the game. Here's Hart to throw, and the pass is batted away at the line of scrimmage. What good defensive linemen are taught to do the moment the play starts to break down. You get your hands up into the air, and the pass was batted away. That was Noah Geller, 6'2 junior, one of the linebackers doing the work inside with the hands up. In fact, that big number 97 right there. That's Cal Thrush, the player you were talking about a short time ago.
Exactly. Cal Thrush had the knockdown, and then Noah Gellhart nearly came up with the interception. That's what we call making that quarterback throw the football through the picket fence. Get those arms up and try and time it perfectly. Excellent job by Cal Thrush.
Under 3 minutes to go, quarter number 1. Hart hesitates, accelerates, and gets out across the 45-yard line.
12, Quinn Hart, your Rocks ball
Hart
carrier.
to the 46-yard line. Kaufman Stadium, where we are at tonight here in suburban
Going to
Dublin.
bring up 4th down, dropping back into punt formation for your Rocks number 88.
This facility gets a lot of use here for Kaufman, home of all their athletic events. It's also a very popular summer concert site. The big Dublin fireworks are here every year. And 4th down upcoming.
We better block punt a little bit better
fight
this time.
Ardelia this time, right? A.Z. Thompson, who's averaging 42 yards a kick on to boot it away. And this time they do a much better job with protection. Punt takes a good bounce and will be fielded on the run. This is Sweeney. Takes a pretty good pop as he tried to navigate out towards the 20-yard line and is dropped shy of the 20.
On that punt return.
And Upper Arlington will put their offense onto the field now, up by a couple of scores. Thanks to Kroger Great Lakes Distribution Center, tonight's game is streaming live on the ABC6 YouTube channel, the ABC6 News app, and on the CWColumbus.com. Upper Arlington's third turn with the football.
1st and 10 UA from their 17-yard line.
At the 17 is where this possession starts. Golden Bears under Justin Buttermore were 10-3 last season. Here's Cox to throw and has a receiver far side making the catch. And a play that ends up, looked for a moment as if that was going nowhere, but Jack Hubert made the catch and then found some room up the sideline in front of his bench and ends up picking up a first down. A gain of out to the 31-yard line, pick up a 13 and a first down. Nicely done.
Yeah, how about the start by quarterback Kyle Cox? Now 5 out of 5 passing for about 45 yards. And from the running back, Connor McClellan, he's got 50 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns.
Buckeye State Bank first down for Upper Arlington, and Cox again will throw and over the middle, and this time the pass is caught.
Big Cal
as
Thrush.
they get across the 40-yard line, lining up on offense this time. The 6'4" target with a nice catch right there. Cal Thrush, 6'4", 226-pound junior.
Odd to see that number 97 catching the football, huh? Usually those tight ends are in those 80s, but here, look at the bull rush out here, just able to catch the ball. Big target to be able to throw to.
Play carries out to the 42-yard line. Cox will hand off. Hubert trying to get to the edge, able to evade one tackler, but a bunch of guys wearing black shirts are able to race over there and bring down the ball carrier, Hubert. Good look at the 5'11", 191-pound senior. 249 yards rushing this season. Sam Maloney over there on the tackle, helping out for Kaufman.
Kyle Cox, just a junior, learning that quarterback spot on demand because of the injury to Tommy Janowitz earlier this season.
Play fake. Cox is back to throw again with a very clean pocket, and he will deliver downfield, and the pass is incomplete. He had his choice of receivers, but he just couldn't find anybody open. Good job by the Kaufman defensive backs, as Cox had all kinds of time to survey the field, Jeff.
Yeah, unlike Quinn Hart on the Dublin Kaufman side at the quarterback spot, Kyle Cox is not the kind of guy that's going to beat you running the football. Now, he's got the capacity to tuck it and run, but so far, Kyle's been more of a game manager over there on offense as opposed to a running quarterback.
3rd down and 7 for Upper Arlington. They blitz. It's picked up. Cox rolls and delivers ahead and fired a dart that went right through the hands of his intended receiver. That would have been good enough for a first down, the pass through the hands of Trent Wolpert. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and Upper Arlington will be forced to give up the football for the first time tonight. Justin Buttermore's team at 5-3 coming into this game. And one of the things that he said to me as we were talking earlier this week, I asked him about where they're at, and he goes, hey, with everything we've been through, we're still 5-3. We're 1-2 in a very, very difficult division in the OCC, but we're right there. We're 5-3. Hessel Kirk on the punt the football away, averaging 39 yards a kick. Line of scrimmage is own 46, and this is fielded back about the 7-yard line. This is Valerio Hudson trying to get to the near side. He was thrown down quickly. Again, both teams doing a nice job so far on coverage. And the tackle by Jake Braun for Upper Arlington. That'll bring up a 1st down and 10 for Kaufman with 36 seconds left here in this first quarter, but there is a flag down at the 30-yard line.
Camo night for the Dublin Rocks. Student section out there having some fun tonight. Where do they get all these outfits? You got 5 home games. You got a different giddy up for every outfit. Here's our call.
During the return, blocking the back, return team number 6, half the distance from the end of the run. 1st down.
56-yard punt and the return, but now you tack on the penalty yardage. So Kaufman, which has struggled to get anything going on offense so far in this first quarter, will start with the ball near the 10-yard line, their own 10-yard line, the ball at the 7. Running play, David White with the carry. And gets out to the 12-yard line.
What a tackle by Cam Baker, one of those inside linebackers. He's the leading tackler on the football team with 5. He also has 5 tackles for a loss, 5'11", 198 pounds. He has an interception already this year. So he's lined up in there with George Gerber at those linebacker spots. And, you know, Upper Arlington has kind of changed their fronts. They've gone to a 3-man rush up front and now adjustments to a 4-man front and really trying to put pressure on quarterback Quinn Hart.
Kaufman will just beat the end of the period, and this is Quinn Hart moving out towards the 16-yard line. A couple of yards shy of a 1st down. They'll have a 3rd and short when we return for the start of quarter number 2. Connor McClellan finds the end zone twice for the Golden Bears of Upper Arlington. Dublin Kaufman and Upper Arlington on a special night here at Kaufman. 14-0. Golden Bears with the lead on senior night.
Let me go see.
Welcome back to Kaufman Stadium. It's camo night here, camouflage night, as the Rowdy Rocks are excited to watch their football team, the Dublin Kaufman Shamrocks, and the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. We welcome you back here to Toyota Friday Night Rival. From the press box, Marty Bannister, Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz on the sideline, Dean Marini, and our entire top-notch production crew for our CW broadcast, handling everything else on this 9th week of the high school football season. Hard to believe we've got that deep into this season almost by a blink of an eye. Teams switch sides, and Coffman with the football, and it is a gain good enough for a first down, and the Dublin Kaufman offense will keep the drive alive as we start early on here in second quarter. That's a Bowling Green State University first down. Watch the gain here by the ball carrier, Carson Cox.
Big kid at 6'1", 220 pounds. We talk about the physicality of these two football teams. There's your head football coach, Jerron Stokes. Quite a history. Had some success at Minster.
That's an understatement. 2 state championships and guided Minster to a state runner-up as well, too, as David White gets out across the 20-yard line. Aaron Stokes was a tremendous high school football quarterback back in the playing days at Urbana High School in West Central Ohio. Then went to the hometown university, Urbana University, did Aaron Stokes. But after a couple of years there, transferred a little further to the south and played for Joe Fincham at Wittenberg University for a couple of seasons. And then got into the coaching business and has had nothing but success since becoming a head coach. Here's a flare pass to the far side for Valerio Hudson, who tries to turn it up, and it will be a short gain for the Shamrocks on third down. It will bring up a third down, I should say. Jeff, it's interesting when you look at Garrett Stokes and where he has coached, as you see Valerio Hudson's resume there on the screen. He's coached in 2 pretty good leagues, the Midwest Athletic Conference, and that's an understatement to say pretty good league, and the Ohio Capital Conference.
Boy, no kidding. And you look at this Ohio Capital Conference, the Central Division with Bradley, Orange, Kaufman, UA, Liberty, and Davidson. It doesn't get any tougher than that.
Hart will keep the football and dive out across the 28-yard line. It looks like he got the first down. He did. A Bowling Green State University first down out to the 29-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play and a first down for Dublin Kaufman. And it was interesting. I was talking to Garrett Stokes about that, coaching in those 2 leagues. And it was interesting, his comment. He said, you know, the 2 leagues obviously are very, very tough, but the biggest difference that he sees in the 2 leagues is simply the players are a little better at this level, which may sound like an odd comment, but it is right on the money.
Bigger, stronger, better, better pool to be able to, more kids.
Pass over the middle and over the head of the intended receiver near the midfield stripe as they tried to dump the ball over the middle to the tight end that time. That was Christian Worling, a 6'2", 225-pounder lined up at the tight end spot, and the throw from Hart just over his head.
Pretty good target. You want to be able to get that ball to him, and you could see maybe Quinn Hart's eyes getting just a little big there as he saw his big tight end come open, trying to get the ball to him. Let's see if they go back there at some point in time later this quarter.
Yeah, that was there, wasn't it? Second down and 10. We'll empty the backfield. And Hart will keep the football himself, and a nice move as he dives out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Picked up 7. That'll bring up a third down and short call for Kaufman, and they come quickly to the line of scrimmage. Garrett Stokes, one of those years that he coached his team to the state championship at Minster, they won the title game 47-44. And I was asking him earlier in the week about the style that he plays, and I said, Garen, you tell me about that state championship game, it would tell me that you want the ball up and down the field. He kind of goes, no, because we want to be ground and pound. We want to run the football.
He didn't want to admit to giving up 43 points in a game by his defense. That was the problem.
Third down and short upcoming. Third down and 4. And again, it's Hart keeping the football and has the first down, and a nice move again. He's made some nice moves in the middle of the field, able to sidestep defenders and pick up extra yards with a second effort. Dives out to the 42-yard line. Here's a good look at the play coming up here.
Yeah, watch from the end zone. No magic here. He's going to make people miss. Watch this moves. Whoop! Gotcha. Mac Igo coming up from that cornerback position, unable to make the play.
Bowling Green State University first down for the Dublin Kaufman offense.
Sorry about the sound effects there. Those come out.
I missed those last week. Jay didn't have those.
He didn't.
No, Jay didn't have any sound effects.
I promise you that he didn't. I'm getting better, though. I'm healing.
First down at 10. Valerio Hudson takes the pass to the near side and gets rudely bumped out of bounds by Zach Corna out across the 40-yard line. It's a short gain. Jeff, you hear, and we talked about it early on in the broadcast, you hear a lot of times people refer to this team's a physical team or that team's not as physical. Football is a physical game. What's the reference point for that when you say one team is maybe more physical than the other?
Well, I think the physicality comes in what they call flying to the football as a team, where you have a lot of guys out there just flying to the ball. And I think that's where the physical nature of a team, instead of just allowing one guy or expecting one guy to be able to make the play, having the entire team involved.
There's Hart back to throw now. Delivers and the pass is picked off. You can see that one coming. And this is an interception. And running the ball back downfield for Upper Arlington and sauntering into the end zone for the pick six. The Golden Bears, their special teams come away with a big play earlier in the game, and now their defense steps up with an interception.
I mentioned Mac Igo, who got beat on the play before trying to make the tackle. Well, he says, Mr. Logan, how do you like this? Number 0, Mac Igo, steps in front of this one and takes it back to the house. There's the throw. He just never saw him. You got to be able to read that free safety and know what's going on and look at the blocks going on downfield. And Mac Igo is able to take this thing to distance, and just like that, Kaufman's up 20-0. Excuse me, the Golden Bears.
60 yards for the aptly named Mac Igo, and he did. He went 60 yards for the score. Extra point attempt by Oakley is up, and it is good. So Upper Arlington, a long drive to start the game. Their special teams block a punt and set them up on first and goal. And then their defense with a pick six. It's been all Golden Bears in half number 1. They lead Kaufman 21-0.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore. With more all-wheel drive choices and the longest-lasting vehicles, like the best-selling Camry. Bold, modern, thrilling, efficient. Now get a new all-wheel drive Camry with 3.99 APR financing, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with Camry. Toyota. Let's go places.
3 scores in the first half for Upper Arlington. Offense, defense, special teams coming away with big plays. And the Golden Bears have a 21-0 lead over Dublin Kaufman.
You talk about being really good at all 3 phases of the game. Playing defense and making big plays, pick 6. Playing offense, making big plays, driving the ball, being very well balanced. Special teams being very well coached and well executed. Block kick creates a touchdown. So far so good. If you're cheering for Upper Arlington tonight, they are off to a terrific start, 21-0. And if you look at the way that these two teams have gone throughout the season, neither of them are big scoring teams. Upper Arlington averaging only 24 points a game, giving up 14. Dublin Kaufman averaging 23 and giving up 19. That's how close these things have been.
Here's the kick by Oakley. And this will be fielded by Maloney right in the middle of the field. Out to the 20-yard line. Nice move to the outside. Now tries to start back in and dives out across the 30-yard line, and Kaufman's offense will come on the field trying to get something going here in this first half. Again, down 21-0. That's our score here, and there is no need to wait to get the scores of your favorite high school team. First score is on Fox 28, sponsored by Columbus State Community College. They have you covered tonight, starting at 10 o'clock. There are some enormous games tonight all around the area. Week number 9, just what you would expect this time of year. Big games. Huge one down in the Mid-State League tonight. Hamilton Township and Bloom Carroll going at one another. We saw that Bloom Carroll team a few weeks back. They were pretty impressive in rolling past Fairfield Union, but they've got their hands full tonight, Jeff, with an unbeaten Hamilton Township Rangers football team. End off inside. Line of scrimmage was the 30.
Quinn Hart, your Rocks ball carrier.
And the ball carrier out to the 33-yard line.
You know, think about what Bloom Carroll did a year ago, nearly winning the state championship at their level. And here they are, even after graduation of a lot of football players, back at it again.
Well, they're following the same script they did last year. They lost their season opener and then didn't lose again to the state championship game. And they dropped their season opener this year, and they haven't lost since. 3 wides on the field. Hart is back to throw. Protection starts to break down, and Hart goes down.
It's a good decision by Quinn Hart to survey the field, but don't spend too much time in there. And one of the things that a quarterback has to do to help his offensive line is to step up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does here, and those defensive tackles are able to be forced to the outside, and sometimes you got to help those offensive linemen if you're that quarterback by doing exactly what Quinn Hart did there, stepping up into the pocket.
He could not get out of the big bear paws of 97 Cal Thrush, who dropped him as he got out to the 35-yard line. Hart tonight, 10 carries and 45 yards in this first half, and he'll throw this time and zips it to the near side, and a good catch by Valerio Hudson on the outside shoulder, and then turns upfield across the 40, picks up a first down. Good throw, good catch.
It really is, and that's a long throw to make across the field, especially with the wind whipping around like it is tonight. But this shows you some idea of the strength of the arm and the ability to deliver that ball on target. Pretty good coverage by Upper Arlington, but that ball was thrown only where his receiver, Amari Valerio Hudson, could come up with it.
You hear that a lot, Jeff, where people talk about those long throws across field by a quarterback. Those can be almost as dangerous sometimes as throwing late back across the middle. And here is a pass intended to the sideline in front of the Kaufman bench. Cameron Hairston, a 6'1", 185-pound junior wide receiver, unable to haul that one in.
Marty, you bring up a good point because, you know, as a quarterback, you can be a little gun-shy if the last series you just threw a pick six. And now you're asking me to throw that ball all the way across the field again? And that gives you some idea of the confidence not only that Quinn Hart has in himself, but what Jerron Stokes has in his senior quarterback.
Stokes saying that Hart spent a lot of time in the offseason learning the offense. He was the quarterback last year, but it was a learning curve last year, and he really spent a lot of time making sure he was on the same page with Garen Stokes and his play callers. Now, remember, Garen Stokes was a quarterback in high school, so he knows. He has the mindset. He understands what Quinn Hart is going through and what he's trying to do.
Big David White, 6'1", 225, just a junior, that running back in there. You got to believe that his future is going to be pretty strong for this football team as he heads into his senior year.
They'll empty the backfield. It's a 3rd down and 9 for Kaufman. And Hart with time. And a leaping grab and then a drop. As Valerio Hudson went airborne to try to haul that one in, but as he tried to bring the ball back in, Jeff, it just fell out of his hands.
Yeah, a little bit high. Give those receivers a chance to be able to get to that football. Let's watch the delivery here from Quinn Hart. Again, just a little bit high, but that's a ball you got to go up there and catch. Zach Corner coming up on the defense. We talked about his physicality back there, and the timing there to make sure he didn't have an interference call was pretty solid.
That replay really showed the nice job by Corna on that. Here's a booming kick by Thompson, and it will bounce at the 5, at the 10, and it is loose on the field. Boy, Corna was in the area of that football, and they're lucky it didn't touch him in the ankle or hit him in the knee or something. It would have been an open ball or a live ball at that point. 21-0, Upper Arlington with the lead. Kaufman will start again inside their own 10. Yeah.
This looks like Kellyanne Stitz.
Looks like her. Okay.
That big head down there is Kellyanne.
Look at the lower left of your screen right there. I do believe that is. It looks almost like if Kellyanne Stitz has a twin sister, that's her right there. Or is that Kellyanne?
She gets all the swag, and now she's got a big head.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Unbelievable. She's an all-star.
What can I say? I have fans, guys.
And coming up in a few minutes.
Or a doppelganger.
Absolutely. Coming up in a few minutes, we'll go down to Kellyanne for the Music Go Around Coach's Corner as we hear from the coach whose team has the lead for his thoughts on the first half. Again, that's courtesy of Music Go Around. First and goal from the 7 for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears, again, who lead this game 21-0 tonight here on what is developing into a rather chilly night. Wind has really been whipping around almost since kick tonight.
A little bit of a high snap there, but they're able to get the ball to Connor McClellan. Trying to be very safe down there. One of the things they want to do to preserve this lead is continue to put first down after first down, and this will bring up an important, Marty, 3rd down and 1.
Sometimes a high snap, Jeff, will throw that entire play completely out of sync, and it's still worked out nicely for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. 3rd down and short, 3rd and less than 2. As we go under 4:50 to go here in this first half, which has belonged to the visitors from Upper Arlington. Out of the pistol formation, McClellan is behind the quarterback, and it's McClellan running low to the ground, and he is out near the marker. He needed to carry between the 17 and 18, and he did just that, just enough for a first down for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. Last night during the prime broadcast of the NFL game, there's McClellan's numbers. I want to reference this towards McClellan. Talking about Pacheco, the running back that plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes said that he runs like he's mad at the ground.
He's an excitable guy. Played at Rutgers.
Right, but I think you see some of that, certainly not to that talent level ability out of McClellan, but he runs hard with the football. That was a very, very unique description. Runs like he's mad at the ground.
Yep. Little swing pass there to Wally Sweeney out in the flat. Really no gain on the play at all, but they're able to continue to maintain possession of the ball. 3:45 remaining here in quarter number 2.
When you carried the football for Woody Hayes, did you run like that?
Well,
or did you have to run like that?
Oh, I did. The fear for me was being replaced. So I wanted to keep going, so I didn't give Woody a chance to put somebody else in.
2nd down and 10 upcoming. It's Sweeney on the handoff on that jet sweep motion, and Sweeney out across the 20, out to the 22-yard line.
I love Sweeney out there stiff-arming his own offensive lineman, like giddy up, guys. Like, we need to get going here. Watch as he gets the ball in the jet sweep, and watch this stiff arm come up here. Come on, let's go. Push, push, push. Give me some room out there as he had a blocker out in the flat trying to help things move along.
A little shove in the back of Sam Tongle, a 6'1" wide receiver who probably wasn't expecting that in the back. 3rd down now. They need to get to the 27-yard line, and here goes Cox up the middle and is brought down.
Number 17,
Really good decision by Kyle Cox that time to go ahead and tuck the ball and run. 8 touchdown passes on the season, 7 interceptions. So his numbers aren't terrific, but that was a great decision.
Jeff, they had a new quarterback in on that play. That was Luke Backus.
That was
5'9", 165 sophomore in on that play. And Backus was the ball carrier. That name is familiar if you know high school football. And Jeff Backus was a tremendous running back at Upper Arlington. Went on to play at Northwestern.
He can't have a son playing high school football already.
Well, it was, 2000 when
I
Upper
know
Arlington won the state championship.
Gosh,
he was on that team, yeah.
That is scary.
We had timeout here with 2:01 to go in this first half. The timeout called by Upper Arlington. You can discover the inspiring ways that teachers from both Upper Arlington and Dublin Kaufman high schools are helping students this school year. That comes your way in the Ohio Education Association Educator Spotlight. It's all coming up for you. That's in the Bath Fitter Halftime Report, which is just 2 minutes and 1 tick of the clock away here at the intermission. These two Central Division rivals going at one another. Last year, Arlington won the game 17-7, and they were able to clinch the victory by converting a 4th down and 6 on a halfback pass that ended up putting the ball at the Kaufman 2-yard line, and then one play later, a touchdown, and that sealed the deal in a 17-7 victory for Upper Arlington. They'll punt the football here on 4th down and 2.
Shamrock should get the ball in decent field position here, and a bad kick.
That will angle out of bounds in Upper Arlington territory at the 42-yard line, down to the sidelines, and here's Kellyanne Stitz.
Guys, we mentioned earlier that the Golden Bears have really had to embody that next man up mentality with injuries. And that, again, happened to their star quarterback, Tommy Janowitz, who, by the way, is related to the late 1950, I want to make sure I got that right, Ohio State Heisman Trophy winner Vic Janowitz, who played in the NFL and MLB. But he's an Ohio State lacrosse commit. He got injured in Week 6 against Hilliard Bradley, a captain. He is now a leader on the sidelines. Tommy returned to the team last Friday after surgery. And Justin Buttermore says his presence gave the guys a boost to beat Olentangy last Friday. A tough loss, as Buttermore says he was their best player on both offense and defense. But, of course, we've seen Kyle Cox holding it down under center in his place tonight. And I'm sure that Tommy is over there helping lead the charge and give them a boost in this one tonight, too.
Hart with the football for Kaufman to the 40, to the 35, and is pushed down by Cam Baker, inside linebacker, a 5'11", 198-pound senior. Team's leading tackler with 67 on the season, and a good stop right there by Cam Baker. Justin Buttermore really likes those linebackers. We talked a lot about George Gerber missing last week, but Jason Milo stepped in well. Noah Gellert's played solidly across that trio of backers as well, too.
It's an important drive now, is keeping the ball again on that play. Sorry we missed that one for you. Was the quarterback Quinn Hart. Enough for, looked like he had enough for the first down there. Let's see where they mark it. They do. They did. Now there's a penalty maybe. Here it is.
Offense, 2 players in motion at the same time, either reset it. 5-yard penalty. Replay 2nd down.
In an effort to try and go fast, Marty, they got themselves out of sync over there on the offensive side. They got 3 timeouts remaining, 1 minute and 25, a chance to get some points on the board, and Dublin Kaufman gets the ball to start the 3rd quarter. So this is a critical drive for the Rocks. They want to maximize it, and time management of this game in quarter number 2 is going to be critical.
Look at the penalty sponsored by the United States Army. Empty backfield for Quinn Hart, and he will run the football and is brought down after he sidestepped oncoming pressure that time and was able to get to the 35-yard line. Jake Braun, the 5'10", 161-pound sophomore, came up to make the hit. As we go under a minute, Jeff, in half number 1.
3 timeouts remaining, choosing not to take one at this stage. Got to go quick.
David White on the right hip of the quarterback. Little play action. Hart looking long down the field now. The pass is almost intercepted. Quinn Crotty, the weak side safety, unable to haul that one in, and he had an easy look at that interception. 6'4", 197-pound senior. Again, one of those where he had it in his hands, and when he started to bring it down, Jeff, it just came out of his grasp.
Almost too easy. You know, it's too easy of a catch here. It was like fielding a punt for Crotty. You can see him go up there and just not handle the football. Great eyes. Look at Crotty. What a great shot by our camera crew. Looking back, you're looking at the same thing he was looking at, but unable to come down with the football, and you can see the frustration.
37 seconds left in the half, and Garen Stokes will keep his offense on the field. Hart will look to throw, steps up into the pocket, dumps it over the middle, and the pass is caught, and it's good enough for a first down. And more on the catch as working across the 20-yard line for a Kaufman first down, Christian Whirling, who he missed earlier on a crossing route over the middle. This time finds him in the middle, and he picks up a first down.
Yeah, we told you we thought we would see that again because it was so wide open before. And this time a little drag pattern, just a little waggle across the middle, and Whirling's able to come up with the ball.
Hart to throw now, looks into the end zone. This pass is out of bounds, and look out for the goalpost back there. as he was trying to get it to Valerio Hudson.
Clock will stop with 15 seconds remaining.
Garen Stokes surveying that play chart. Interesting to see how coaches have different ways of looking at their play charts. Garen Stokes using a clipboard. You don't see that very often. Some
Talking
coaches,
with his...
Yeah, some of those coaches, Jeff, their play sheet looks like a menu from a breakfast restaurant.
No, it's amazing with the communication that goes on. Obviously, the electronic communication is one thing, but the hand signals and the communication to quarterbacks and to the offensive line, running backs, receivers, amazing what these kids have been able to accomplish.
Second down and 10 with 14 seconds left. Hart near side, and the pass is caught, and then stepping out of bounds after making the reception was Cameron Hairston.
Yeah, they got to be thinking about field goal at this point in time. You know, you maybe get one more play in you. If you don't come up with the touchdown, it would be a shame to come out of this drive with no points at all. See how quickly they can manage. Plenty of timeouts. They haven't taken a single one.
Matt Schramm, their place kicker, Jeff, is 7 of 9 this year. His long is 52 yards in field goals.
Well, I don't think you can afford to run the football at this stage.
Hart again will go back to throw, looks to the end zone, and there was contact as the ball was thrown in the vicinity of Eli.
For number 5, Eli Losi.
Losi, the senior wideout, 13 catches on the season. 6'3", 210-pound senior. He was bumped in the back as he started to go airborne. Jake Braun was on coverage. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 6, and Schramm will come onto the field now. Again, the wind is, again, has the flag straight, almost straight out in the end zone. This will be in the vicinity of a 33-yard field goal attempt. Snap a bit high. The hold is down. The kick is up. Wade has plenty of distance, and it sails up, and it is good. 33 yards, and Schramm cleared that one easily. So big points for Kaufman after not being able to get on the board at all in the first half. Their offense able to take advantage of the short punt. They get 3 points, and very big, Jeff, again, because as you mentioned, they're going to get the ball to start half number 2.
Yeah, and the Golden Bears did not want to give that ball back over to them on punt formation with the time running out in the second quarter, but Kaufman able to maximize the opportunity, coming up with at least some points on that. It may only be 3, but that's a whole lot better than having that goose egg on the scoreboard.
Absolutely.
What a big leg this young man has.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive, wasn't it?
I mean, to go 52 yards in high school with the football, kicking the ball, the athleticism of special teamers, it's pretty amazing as you look at the scoring summary there, brought to you by the Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board of Franklin County. Took 7 plays, 24 yards, and all of a minute and 48 for the Rocks.
And number 20, Jake Braun.
Jake Braun, Wally Sweeney, and Zach Corna, the deep backs for Upper Arlington.
By the way, the clock correction has gone from 6 seconds to 2 seconds. No time ran off the clock on that field goal when it should have, so they have corrected the game clock to 2 seconds remaining. How about one of those little pooch kicks where you kick it to your own guy, like a pass, going down the sideline? What do you think? You don't like it, do you?
No, I don't like that.
Shoot.
I don't like that.
I thought he might buy into that one.
Well, no one's asked me for a play call yet this year. And I somehow don't think that's coming at any point of our remaining time on the air. Here's the kick. This one will sail into and go out of the end zone. So Upper Arlington will have the football, and more likely than not, it will be the end of the half formation coming up for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. Kaufman and Arlington meeting tonight, Jeff, the 27th all-time gathering in this series. More often than not, the games have been very close. 8 of the last 12 have been decided by 10 points or less. Upper Arlington leading the series 14-12, and 2 seconds away from going to the locker room leading 21-3. Two coaches who have a great deal of respect for one another, Justin Buttermore and Garen Stokes, and that will do it for the first half of football tonight on senior night at Dublin Coffman High School. The visitors from Upper Arlington, 10 miles away, have a lead of 21-3. as the game has reached the intermission. 3 scores in the first half. Offense, defense, and a blocked punt led to another touchdown. Connor McClellan found the end zone twice for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears. And Justin Buttermore's team has a lead of 21-3 at the intermission, and he is on the field right now with Kellyanne Stitz.
Coach Buttermore, your team able to dominate in all three phases of the game in this first half, but there's still a second half to go. How do you guys keep up that momentum into the second half?
Well, we've got to rev it up. I mean, 2 quarters doesn't win a game, a big game especially. And, you know, I love the start we got off to on offense. And obviously, like I said, the special teams play to get another short field was really important. We haven't got off to good starts recently, so that was really big. And then the defense has done a pretty good job holding them in check.
Kyle Cox holding it down for you guys under center. What have you liked from his performance in the first half?
Well, we just haven't made many mistakes. You know, we've made good decisions. When it was time to throw it away, we threw it away. When we had spots to throw it, we got rid of the ball. And no negative yardage plays, which helps. Thank
you so much, and good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. 21-3 the lead for Upper Arlington tonight in this matchup. A pick 6. Igo doing the big play for Upper Arlington. Connor McClellan, 2 scores as well.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and introducing the Upper Arlington Golden Bear Marching Band, led onto the field by drum majors Ben Fox and Elliot Samarin. Tonight, we thank our hosts, Dublin Kaufman High School, and invite everyone to sing along with us as we remember the music of Elton John. Crocodile Rock, originally recorded by Elton John in 1972, is a timeless rock and roll classic that has remained popular for decades. Bringing the spirit of the past into the present, this rendition of Crocodile Rock offers a nostalgic journey for both the band and the audience, connecting generations through the power of music.
Show. I'm Kelly Enstitz. Right now, Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman 21-3. All season long, the CW Columbus and the Ohio Education Association have been teaming up to showcase the outstanding teachers making a difference inside of their classrooms. And tonight, we showcase teachers from Dublin Kaufman and Upper Arlington who are doing just that. Time now for the Ohio Education Association Educator Spotlight.
Here comes the Ohio Education Association and the CW Columbus are putting the spotlight on these exceptional teachers here in Columbus. Celebrating physics teacher Dave Scott of Dublin Kaufman and Amanda Fountain, a communications teacher from Upper Arlington. Dave has been teaching for well over 30 years and has no plan in retiring anytime soon. He loves physics and loves teaching his students all about it.
There's a curiosity level that they have, and especially when you throw out ideas maybe they haven't heard before and make them think in different ways, but they're just fun. I love to go to sporting events they're in. I love to go to musical events. There's other events as well. Those are probably my two favorites, but I go to a lot of those things, and they're very talented, witty, fun, clever, creative, I don't know, there's a lot of things.
Amanda teaches multiple classes all about broadcast media, print media, and journalism. She leads her students in a weekly show and helps them broadcast all of the school's sporting events.
Sometimes it's messy, sometimes we make massive mistakes, sometimes we fail head over heels, but we can at least pick ourselves up and learn from it. You know, it's all about the learning process with me. It's not a one moment in time.
Congratulations to these outstanding educators and all the hard work they do for the future of Ohio.
And if you missed any of those segments, you can catch them all on our website at thecwcolumbus.com to check out any of the educator spotlights. But now it's time for a very entertaining and unique halftime performance. I'm talking about this Safe Flight Mascot Challenge here. Check it out, another edition this week.
Welcome, everyone, to the Safe Light Mascot Challenge, right here on the CW Columbus. All right, then, let's meet the contestants. Jaguar, Bear, Cardinal, Dog, and Good Day Columbus's own Muggsy. This week's challenge, the punt. First up, Jaguar, and he shanks it. Mercy. Nothing to be proud of there, Jaguar. Cardinal's turn, and he hooks it, just like his golf game. Safe to say this bird should not be celebrating. Bear is up next. Nice kick, Bear. Oh, Bear, you could act a little bit more excited, you know. Here's Dog with an amazing kick. Oh, he's got to feel good about that one. And look at him holding that pose. And finally, it's Muggsy. And he booms it. Muggsy really showing off the leg. Look at that distance. Muggsy knows he's got all of that one as he celebrates with the crowd. This week's big winner is Muggsy. Congratulations, Muggsy. Tune in next week for another exciting Safe Light Mascot Challenge on the CW Columbus. No mascots were harmed in the making of this video.
And when we come back after the break, we will hear from our sponsor, Make It Make Sense. We're back after this. Stick with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elton John with the Upper Arlington Marching Band. UAMB would like to recognize its leadership team and our band officers, Josh Brown, Ashley Heave, Richard Franken, Cam Valdez, and Ryan Hastings. And thank you to the Upper Arlington administration and band boosters for your support. Have a good night, and go Bears.
Good evening and welcome to halftime at Dublin Coffman Stadium. Tonight is a special night for the band as we celebrate.
Hey everybody, we hope you're enjoying tonight's version of Friday Night Rivals during this halftime moment, and we want to talk about a serious issue that's not just facing adults, but facing our teenagers, our junior high students, and that is the epidemic of smoking and vaping. To talk more about it and how they're combating this issue is Dr. Iyad Hassan, Chief Operating Officer and Vice President of Operations at the Breathing Association. So Dr. E, how serious is smoking and vaping right now in Central Ohio?
In Central Ohio, it's a big epidemic. And the big epidemic in relation to nationally, our smoking rates are double, if not triple the numbers. And we are definitely seeing triple, if not quadruple the number of teens actually switching from cigarettes and going to vape. Vape has completely taken over our schools.
And there's a misconception that vaping is less harmful than cigarettes, where it can be just as harmful in the end game.
It really can. The chemicals that are actually found in cigarettes are also found in the vape. So last when I thought that you shouldn't have chemicals in your body. So ultimately, individuals should definitely second guess that vaping is a healthier option.
Now, as this grows and more people become addicted and just can't quit, what is Make It Make Sense doing? What's the partnership there?
Well, Make It Make Sense is a large partnership with the City of Columbus, Franklin County Public Health, as well as great individuals as at Adam H. We're really working together to actually help combat the idea of smoking and vaping in the community. We really want to motivate more people to try to quit smoking, but as well as having teens think about not starting, or even if themselves contemplate the idea of thinking about quitting vaping.
And a lot of parents might not know that their child is vaping, so it's important to talk to them about it.
It really is. And sadly, we can almost move vaping to the level as a drug. It is something that you really need to investigate, because children will try any way and every way. This has become almost normalized in society, vaping, compared to stigmatized with cigarettes. So parents need to take a deep breath and actually bite the bullet and go talk to their child about it.
Well, Dr. E, thank you so much for bringing awareness and helping our community out in this issue. We
Thank
really
you for having
appreciate
me.
it. If you are having trouble quitting, or you know someone that's addicted, all you have to do is reach out. The resources are there. You can call pound 250 on your cell phone or visit their website, makeitmakesense.org.
Sweeney. Touchdown, UA by number.
All right. Right.
The Ohio Education Association is proud to recognize Central Ohio's Scholar Athletes of the Week. George Gerber is a varsity letter winner in football and lacrosse at Upper Arlington High School. He's first team All-OCC in football, honorable mention All-State, and second team All-Central. George is taking AP classes and carries a 3.9 GPA. He is involved with multiple clubs and volunteers for the Childhood League Center, youth football, and lacrosse camps. Chris Manu is a starting offensive tackle for the Dublin Kaufman High School football team. He is second team All-OCC and also plays on the defensive line. A multi-sport athlete, Chris is also on the heavyweight wrestling team and is starting goalie for the lacrosse team. He's taking honors, AP, and IB courses in school. Chris is a member of Black Brothers United and the National Honor Society. He has a 4.0 GPA. Congratulations to these outstanding Ohio Education Association Scholar Athletes.
21-3 the score. Welcome back to the press box. Our broadcast location here at Dublin Kaufman High School. Jeff Logan, Marty Bannister, Upper Arlington with a 21-3 lead. Golden Bears taking advantage of chances in the first half, Jeff.
Yeah, they really have in all three phases of the game. You know, you go out there on offense, you do a good job of being balanced. You have the special teams coming up with a block kick, and you get a pick six on defense. If you get that together, you get things that are going in the right direction.
And here's how the first half played itself out. Upper Arlington, again, taking advantage of opportunities presented.
Well, and Connor McClellan is a heck of a running back. He takes this one down inside the 1 yard line, and then they hand the ball to him on the next play, and he's able to somersault himself into the end zone.
And then the big play on special teams.
Boy, what a great job of recognizing the weakness on the special teams, and one play later, take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Connor McClellan, number 2 on the night.
And again, the defense coming up big for Upper Arlington. Mac Igo with the pick six.
Really a terrific play, reading the quarterback and kind of disguising the coverage there, and Mac Igo able to take it to the house. And anytime you get a pick six, it's awfully special.
And as the half came to an end, Matt Schramm, the big leg of that young man, got Coffman on the board. They will get the football to start the half. That 33-yard field goal, Jeff, could be big in this game.
Absolutely. You got to get points whenever you can get them. There you look at the total stats on the game. Pretty darn close across the board. Not many penalties in this football game. The one turnover, really the big difference maker so far in this game.
Last year when these teams met, each had 216 yards of total offense in a 17-7 game that Upper Arlington won. It's 21-3 here as we get ready to start the second half. Upper Arlington with the advantage. An impressive first half for the Golden Bears, but Kaufman does have some weapons to battle back into this. It is senior night, always a little extra added hitch in the giddy up, if you will.
Absolutely. They won't quit on this football game, and they'll get after it in that. And I think, again, this first drive for Kaufman is going to be critical. And if you're the Upper Arlington Golden Bears, you got to come out with that physicality that we talked about.
And both these teams know they're headed to the postseason again with 16 teams per region getting in. Some of that little fine-tuning, I think, too, will take place in the second half.
Yeah, you know, again, proud programs here that have been A lot of injuries throughout the season, but I think they're kind of getting to the point now where they're comfortable with the guys they have out there, and they know these are the ones that are going to carry them on into the playoffs.
21-3, Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman. The second half is coming up next. It's Toyota Friday Night Rivals. Mm-hmm. 21-3, Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman. Shamrocks coach Garen Stokes with Kellyanne Stitz.
Coach, what was your message to the guys at the half?
We got to play football. Can't get a punt blocked. Can't throw a pick six. Got to be able to run the football. Got to get off the field on third down. It's basic stuff. We're zombies again. It's my fault. I got to get them to play hard.
All right, thank you so much, Coach, and good luck, guys.
Kellyanne, thank you. That zombies line, he used that last year after the two teams played, did Garen Stokes, when talking about his team's performance in the 17-7 loss to Upper Arlington last season. As we come back here at the intermission, we wanted to give you a chance to view the performance by the Upper Arlington High School Marching Band. The sneak peek is sponsored by Music Go Round, Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations, 2630 Bethel Road and Gahanna, inside the Stone Ridge Plaza, the Golden Bear Marching Band. Well, we are at that time of the year where you start thinking about zombies and scary things nearing Halloween, so I guess maybe that's where Garen Stokes' mindset is. That's a segue, Jeff.
I understand, but not good if you're talking about your football team.
Right.
You don't want them walking around like zombies out there. And I guess the motivation to his football team, as he was talking to Kellyanne, is that, we're going to kick you in the fanny, guys. We got to get going in this game. 21-3 is not insurmountable by any stretch, but as a coach mentioned, you make two big mistakes, pick six and a block kick. That's a recipe for disaster.
And again, Kaufman will get the ball to start the second half. And as you watch the Shamrocks surrounded by Coach Stokes and his assistant staff, they're trying to fire up this football team, which is down 21-3. The Rowdy Rocks, the student section, they have been doing their best tonight to try to keep the Kaufman Shamrocks in this game. But again, as we touched on as well, too, that field goal at the end of the half, plus getting the football, could be very big for Dublin Kaufman here. We will see. Second half, that Upper Arlington leads 21-3 as they get set to kick the football away. The second half kickoff tonight is sponsored by MakeItMakeSense.org. Scan the QR code on the screen to get youths and adults the help they need to quit smoking and vaping. And a great interview at the half by Cameron Fontana and the folks from Make It Make Sense about the problems that is causing among our youth in this country right now. And we get ready for the start of the second half. And Upper Arlington trying to go to 6-3 on the season and level their OCC Central Division record at 2 up and 2 down. Hilliard Bradley, the unbeaten team right now. We saw them last week. One of the teams that Upper Arlington has lost to this season. In fact, you look at Upper Arlington's record this year, Jeff, they're 5-3. Their 3 losses have been to teams who are combined 20-4, and those 3 losses have been by a grand total of 25 points. Valerio Hudson will start the second half with a kick return. It finds a seam out across the 35 to the 40, and a good return to start the second half as that corner ran him out of bounds, but a good return by Amari Valerio Hudson for Dublin Kaufman.
What a great start for the Rocks, being able to get that ball with great field position. Watch him take the ball here, find the seam, and no messing around. Just get that ball going north and south. And again, Zach Corna coming up with the tackle. Starting quarterback for the Dublin Kaufman Rocks, Quinn Hart in the first half. 5 out of 13 for 35 yards and the pick, and rushing 12 carries for 55 yards.
Jason Van Hoos, as always, crushing the stat numbers for us tonight.
Killing it. He is killing it.
First play of the second half, Kaufman with the football. It's David White trying to find some running room, and he has had very little of that tonight as he dives out near the 45-yard line. White, the 6'1", 225-pound senior.
Cam Baker,
44, Jeff.
Excuse me, Cam Baker coming up to make the play on the big running back for the Rocks. As you look at his numbers coming in, nearly 500 yards rushing through the first 8 weeks of the season. A little surprising, only 1 touchdown.
Was referencing those teams that have beaten Upper Arlington this year. 8-0 Pickerington North, 8-0 Hilliard Bradley, and a 2-6 Olentangy Liberty team, which we saw last week, got him in overtime. Hart keeps the football. That was a 19-16 loss in overtime, Jeff.
Once again, a very active defensive play by Cam Baker, tracking the play, number 11. Watch again on your screen here. You can see the quarterback keeping the ball, and look at the linebacker just flying to the football. You were talking about physicality and how do you play physical. Look at the team defense there. Everybody with those black helmets going to the ball.
Good look at Cam Baker, 5'11", 198-pound senior, the team leader in tackles for these Golden Bears of Upper Arlington entering this one tonight. 3rd down and 5 for Kaufman. Hart will look to throw and has a receiver and trying to turn it up, but being knocked back after making the catch was Valerio Hudson. And a good job of gang tackling by Upper Arlington. They had a number of guys around the football. Noah Gellert, one of the first there, the outside linebacker.
Yeah, really a nice job by Gellert to be there, to be able to stand him up and then wait for the support of the rest of his football team. Look at the number of white jerseys again, Marty. Talking about flying to the football and being active. This was a critical start, but they're going to go for it on 4th down.
4th and 1. Kaufman this year, 75% on 4th down conversions, 12 out of 16, and they increase that number, and it's a 1st down. Garen Stokes realizing the importance of this drive, Jeff, to start the second half. Needed to keep the football, and Hart's gain does just that.
I love the call by the coach. Give confidence to your football team, and also in your quarterback, Quinn Hart, saying, okay, You're going to take us to the promised land. We're going to go for it on fourth down at midfield. And a lot of the ability to be able to do that is because of the great kick return at the beginning of the second half.
7-yard pickup out to the 44-yard line on a first down for Kaufman as they open the second half with the football. Down 21-3 on senior night. David White with the carry. And he has stood up. And again, that Upper Arlington defense, Cam Baker was there again to make the stop. I was referencing those teams that beat Upper Arlington. One of the reasons I wanted to bring that up, Pickerington North, 8-0, ranked number 2 in the state, trailing at the half tonight. Last check of scores, they were losing to New Albany 14-7 at the intermission. Of course, Pickerington North has that showdown game next week with Gahanna Lincoln, so you don't think Nate Hillerich's football team looking ahead a little bit right now?
It makes you wonder a little bit, huh?
That never happens, does it?
Ohio State at Purdue.
Here's Valerio Hudson with the catch.
Penn State looming in the background.
Gets across the 40-yard line to the 39.
Funny game, this game of football, in terms of focus, and trying to stay focused on the important things. And there was good focus there from the quarterback, Quinn Hart, going to his number 1 receiver, Hudson. Can't overemphasize the importance of this drive to start the third quarter.
That first down a moment ago by Dublin Kaufman, a John Hinderer's dealer first down here in the second half. And this is Hart the football, and a good run by the senior quarterback, 6'1", 180-pound senior. Last year against Upper Arlington, rushed the football 15 times for 64 yards and a good carry here.
Yeah, again, coming in, he's close to 700 yards rushing now on the season. And Quinn Hart is an important part of that offense, not only throwing the football at the quarterback position, but obviously running the football as well.
Picked up to the 29, a first down, a John Hinderer's dealer's first down for this Kaufman offense. An impressive drive to start the second half. Here's David White, tripped airborne as he dove into the hole just across the 30-yard line. Kaufman's losses this year, the Shamrocks have lost a pair of games, and you talk about playing a treacherous schedule. They beat Toledo St. John's Jesuit 24-0 to open the season, then beat Centerville, handing the Elks their only loss of the season, 22-14. That's a very good Centerville team, ranked number 9 in the state. And then they played Canton McKinley right here at Coffman Stadium, lost 24-14. And then a couple of weeks back, Olentangy Orange got them 35-14. But again, the injuries really started to pile up for both of these teams. Here is Hart with David White leading the way, able to sidestep one man, but gets to the 25 and knocked back. Pickup of a couple for Quinn Hart. You look at that schedule, and that's, wow, that's
brutal.
St. John's Jesuit, Centerville, Canton McKinley, and then you dive right into league play or right into another part of your conference or your regular season schedule with a non-conference district rival, Dublin Jerome, and then a Westerville Central team. Jeff, I was looking at their numbers. We saw them way back in week 1. They have been in just about every game they have played this season. They're 1-7, but they are just scaring the uniforms off a lot of teams. Here's Hart rolling to throw and delivers low, and the pass is incomplete. That's one of those teams, Westerville Central, Ed Miley's club. When they get into the playoffs, because they will get in. They're in one of those regions where they'll get in. You might not want to see their name come across next to yours in the bracket.
Well, I take them, and I also look at a team like Liberty, who doesn't dress up like their record. I think they are a team that I think can be really dangerous come playoff time.
Already 6.5 to go here in this third quarter. Kaufman has taken the opening kickoff, and they have chewed up a lot of third period clock. On the move here with the ball in Upper Arlington territory, facing another 4th down and 6. Another big call here for Garen Stokes. The pass by Hart is in traffic and falls incomplete.
Nearly intercepted that time. Looked like Duke Lashutka playing that free safety position. The tip ball came through the intended receiver and nearly came up with the interception.
Kaufman eats up a lot of clock, a lot of yards, but get no points on that drive. Upper Arlington gets the ball when we come back.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore with more all-wheel drive choices, like the family-size Highlander, the most dependable SUV in its class. Now get a new Highlander with low 3.99 APR financing or 4.99 on an electrified Highlander hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with Highlander. Toyota. Let's go places.
Trent Wolpert with the catch on 1st down and 10 for Upper Arlington. Line of scrimmage to 25. The play carries out to the 27. Pickup of a couple for the Golden Bears.
Good job at forcing change of possession. Defense doing their job out there as you look at Wolpert on the season. They spread the ball around to a lot of different receivers, Upper Arlington does.
Justin Buttermore has had some very good football teams in his coaching days. Here's a handoff to McClellan right back to the line of scrimmage. And a good job right there defensively by Dublin Kaufman. Carson Cox helped out there on the tackle by Luke Sopko. That was a nice job defensively right there by that Dublin Kaufman defense. I was referencing Justin Buttermore, his 14 years at Tri-Valley, got his team to the state championship game, lost to Trotwood Madison in the Division III title game. Took Granville to the playoffs in the 2 years he was there. Both years went 10-2. And last year had a 10-3 run at Upper Arlington. Cox on 3rd down and 8, flushed out of the pocket, will deliver it ahead. A dangerous throw in traffic, and the pass was that caught? No. Well, it was, but he was out of bounds. Boy, the receiver there with a pretty good catch in traffic, but out of bounds. That was Sam Tongrel.
Boy, just kind of out of sync here as you can see the ball being thrown up for grabs and like a simultaneous catch maybe, but both of the players clearly out of bounds. An easy call by the officials. And we're going to trade punts here to start the 3rd quarter.
A plus for Kaufman. They get Arlington off the field very quickly here. Get their offense back on the field. Here's the punt. End over end. This will be Valerio Hudson fielding it on the fair catch. And Kaufman at the 36, their own 36. They'll put their offense back onto the field. Down 21-3. It's Friday night. That means Toyota Friday Night Rivals.
Is 995292, your 50-50 raffle. You can collect your winnings at the concession stands behind the home stands.
No need to wait to get the score of your favorite high school team. First Scores on Fox 28, sponsored by Columbus State Community College, has you covered tonight starting at 10 o'clock. And tonight's a night, the way things are shaping up, you're going to want to make sure you're watching First Scores on Fox 28 because there are some big games tonight, and from all indications, there might be some big upsets around the area tonight. Kaufman with the football, 1st down and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Hart to throw for Valerio Hudson. Overthrows him in traffic to the near side. Good coverage. Quinn Crotty, the weak side safety, was over there on coverage for the Golden Bears defense of Upper Arlington.
Yeah, bracketed over there by Jake Braun along with Quinn Crotty. Looking at that, your number one, you're going to get a lot of attention. Everybody knows Amari Valerio Hudson is the go-to receiver.
.501 to go here in the quarter. Hart flushed out of the pocket, looking, sets. We'll just heave it back to the near side and sails it way out of bounds behind the Kaufman bench.
Yuck. It's just, there's nothing good about that play at all. But the only good decision was Quinn Hart deciding to throw that one up into the stands. And
about as accurate a description of a play as you will ever get.
Ooh.
There was a penalty flag thrown.
1st down.
And a personal foul here on a throw out of bounds. Hart, after he threw the pass, took a shot. And the personal foul keeps the drive moving for Dublin Kaufman. And look at the penalty sponsored by the United States Army. The ball moved just to the Arlington side of the midfield stripe at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, that yuck turned into a 1st down awfully quick, didn't it, Marty?
Yes, it did. And
little confusion trying to get the right personnel on the field here. Still confused. Play clock, plenty of time though.
See the offense led by Hart with David White next to him. Hart making sure everybody is where they need to be along the line of scrimmage. The proper numbers on the line of scrimmage. A John Hinderer's dealer first down, and this will be Hart keeping the football. And gets just to the line of scrimmage at the 49. When you think of brands as far as high school names are concerned, certainly in Central Ohio, that uniform right there comes to the forefront because of the history of that program, Upper Arlington. Kaufman has had a great deal of success too. Of course, Upper Arlington winning state titles in 1967 and 2000. Mark Crabtree had this Kaufman team knocking on that door for a long time.
He really
was the
did.
head coach here.
But Kaufman was really the first, the Upper Arlington Golden Bears were really the first one in Central Ohio to dominate at the state level. And then, of course, Hilliard Davidson came along as well, and then Pickerington Central.
Little quick pass to the Eli Losi, who just kind of drifted out into the flat, and a little almost shot put type throw from Quinn Hart. Watch the pass here. He just kind of quickly delivered it, and Losi did the rest, and it's close to another first down. They'll be shy by a couple of yards. Third down coming up here.
That's one of the best examples when we talk about RPOs, run-pass options, where you've got a quarterback as gifted as Quinn Hart who can go out there and read that play and decide whether or not he wants to keep it or go ahead and shovel it.
Hart to throw. Valerio Hudson started to come towards the middle of the field. Looked like he wanted to set up a screen. He's hit once, twice in the backfield, and this play will lose yardage, and Valerio Hudson is dropped for a loss. Caden Brent, the nose guard, 5'11", 227-pounder, doing a great job defensively, helped out by Cal Thrush, staying home that time and making the tackle.
Looked like Jack Van Almen came up to make the play, number 25. Look at the reaction here by that cornerback coming up to make the play. He's able to blow the play up immediately, and then again, count the number of white jerseys around the football. That's what you talk about, being physical on that defensive side.
Kaufman will punt the football away. 3 minutes to go, third quarter, and the lead at 21-3 for Upper Arlington. A.Z. Thompson, who's had one block tonight, gets this one away with the wind being a little bit of a factor, and this punt will be returned inside the 10-yard line, and Upper Arlington will start with the football shy of the 15-yard line, down to the sidelines, and here's Kellyanne Stitz.
Guys, I'm joined by Carrie Pratt, Dublin Kaufman senior, Dylan Pratt's mother, and Carrie, looking at the first half, that moment for Dylan, taking that handoff, dressing on senior night after everything that he's been through, your family's been through. What did that moment mean to you?
Oh, so much. Dylan, he called me last night on my way home and said, Mom, do whatever you have to do. I'm dressing and I'm playing. And, you know, this is such an amazing program, and the coaches and his teammates have supported him through everything that he's gone through, and just the whole Dublin community has just made this night so special for him, and the fact that he got to take the first snap was a moment for sure.
What does it say about this coaching staff working to let him do that?
You know, the coaching staff here is I can't, there are no words. They are incredible, amazing, and they put everything they can into this program and into these boys. And, you know, I mean, it's cliche to say it's not just about football, but it's not. And I have no doubt that if it were not for his teammates, Dylan would not have had the grit and the tenacity and the strength to get through what he's gone through these last 2 years. And it's truly a credit to, you know, his teammates and his coaches that we got this far.
Thank you so much for joining me and sharing that as well.
Sure thing. Great.
Guys.
Go Rock.
And you could hear the emotion in her voice all throughout that conversation with Kellyanne Stitz. And I loved her comment. It was indeed a moment, and that just underscores what that was like, a moment indeed. John Hinderer's dealer first down on the pass completion to Alex Diller, 5'11", 190-pound junior. And Upper Arlington keeps the drive alive, and here comes Kyle Cox out across the 30-yard line. And he'll pick up about 5, perhaps 6.
And he might be injured on the play. A little slow getting up there at the tail end.
That's the last thing Justin Buttermore needs right now with this football team. We were talking to Coach Buttermore prior to the game and talking about, and they do have a player down on the field.
Yeah, it's not Kyle.
It's Wally Sweeney who's down.
Yeah, well, you can see him there. Sweeney got rolled up on the back, and you can see right there grabbing that right ankle. Looked to me initially like it might have been Kyle Cox, but Wally Sweeney out there. That's a very dangerous thing to be out there blocking with the play coming in behind you. And that's exactly what happened there. Reminiscent of the Marvin Harrison Jr. injury that we saw in the Notre Dame, in the Notre Dame game.
Week number 9 here tonight at Kaufman with the Golden Bears leading. Next week to wrap up our coverage. Yes, it is indeed hard to believe, but next week is the final week of the regular season for high school football in Ohio. We got a pretty good one for you next week to wrap it up. We'll be in the OCC once again. Marysville, the Monarchs come to Olentangy to face Ethan Grunkemeyer and the Olentangy Braves. It all starts next Friday night at 7 o'clock right here on the CW Columbus. There are so many good quarterbacks in Central Ohio this year. You can put that young man on that in that list as well, too.
And do I have to be respectful of a young man that is going to Penn State to play quarterback?
Absolutely you do. Absolutely you do.
Even though he's not there yet?
Absolutely you do.
Oh,
yes.
my goodness.
Of course you do.
You're no fun. You can see.
I've been told that before. So.
Wally Sweeney making his way to the sideline there. It looked like it might have been kind of a dangerous injury, but hopefully it's nothing more than a high ankle sprain, and that Wally Sweeney will be able to get himself back quickly for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears, not necessarily tonight, but for the balance of the season and for the playoffs for the junior wide receiver.
I think, Jeff, it's also very important to point out the work that these athletic training staffs do at all of these high schools, because certainly you're dealing with the sons and in some cases daughters of parents who are in the stands watching these games, and you know what's going through their mind when they see their son or daughter go down on the field, and those athletic trainers hustle out there to take care of them. They all do a tremendous job, and sometimes that work of those athletic trainers goes a little unnoticed. Carry out to the 34-yard line on a third down. Already 75 seconds past that mark here in quarter number 3, with Dublin Coffman trailing Upper Arlington 21-3. And the Golden Bears, we were talking about brand names in Central Ohio, and again, they certainly fall into that category. All those years of success under Marv Moorhead. You talk about coaches that have been at Upper Arlington, goodness sakes.
It's amazing.
Dick Larkins, Richard Larkin, whose name certainly is affiliated with Ohio State. He was athletic director for a while at Ohio State. Doit Perry, who was also the head coach and athletic director at Bowling Green. Here's a pitch and catch to Wolpert, who gets out across the 45-yard line. Doit Perry, the stadium at Bowling Green is named after Doit Perry Stadium. Marv Moorhead, who coached the 67 state champions at Upper Arlington. Darrell Main, who coached the 2000 state champions. We were referencing Jeff Backus in the first half, his nephew out on the field earlier tonight in this game. They have had just a tremendous run of coaches, and it's also interesting to note as well too, Jeff, they've had 15 head coaches at Upper Arlington, and only one coach left with a losing record, and that was Ivan Davis in 1931, who went 2-6.
Didn't take him long to run him out of town, did it? What have you done for me lately, right?
No, I didn't bring it up.
No, I know that. I understand, but your standards are pretty high, right?
He's in that area of town.
Exactly.
Hey, Ohio State just across the street.
We expect the best.
We go to the fourth quarter. Oh my goodness! Direct your emails to Jeff Logan.
Exactly,
gentlemen. 21-3. Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman on Friday Night Rivals. Fourth quarter action back here at Dublin Kaufman High School, Kaufman Stadium. Friday night rivals. Along with Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz on the sideline for us. I'm Marty Bannister. So very glad that you're joining us on this Friday night. Friday the 13th. Triskaidekaphobia is the name if you're afraid of Friday the 13th.
I thought that's what you had for dinner tonight.
They took care of us up here in the press box. Here is McClellan breaking free on a couple of tackles, and there he goes to the 35, to the 30, being chased to the 25. And Connor McClellan continues his big night. He's already found the end zone twice and a chunk gain right there. And a first down for the Upper Arlington Golden Bears as he rumbles into Kaufman territory, a 34-yard sprint.
You know, it's really deceptive how this kid can move vertically as well as horizontally, and his acceleration is excellent. You can see the touchdown-saving tackle there made, but here's a big man over there at 6 foot 200 pounds, able to make people miss, and Upper Arlington is back in business.
McClellan gets the handoff again with a blocker leading the way and gets knocked backwards as he got to the 15-yard line. Picked up 5. Connor McClellan against Olentangy Liberty a few weeks back. Only carried the football 36 times in that game, did Connor McClellan. That was a game that Upper Arlington lost in overtime, 19-16.
Now we talked about the importance of that third quarter for the Dublin Kaufman Rocks, and I guess at this point you got to believe that Upper Arlington's pretty happy they held serve in that third quarter.
Second down and 5 call, the ball at the Kaufman 15-yard line. It's McClellan again. And is stood up as he pushed towards the first down marker where he was brought down. Charlie Mitchell, 6'3", 215-pound senior inside linebacker in on the stop.
Going to be about 2 yards short of that first down. They need to get just about to the 10-yard line. Probably going to be a running play again, using that big guy Connor McClellan to be able to make that happen.
McClellan will get a well-deserved breather here. Third down and 2. The ball at the Kaufman 12-yard line. And they hand it off to Hubert. He is stuck and knocked backwards. Great penetration that time by the Kaufman defense. They had guys flying in. Demetrius John, the 6'3", 215-pound senior who's headed to Illinois. Transfer from Westerville North, one of the first Kaufman Rocks to get to the ball carrier.
Yeah, good job again defensively. They were bringing the heat. They were bringing everybody in the house knowing they were going to run the football, and a really good effort and a field goal attempt here from the 21-yard line. It'll be a 31-yard field goal try.
Edward Oakley's long is 29 yards this season. Snap on the money. The kick is, the snap was bobbled, in fact, and Kaufman will get the football. Looked initially like the snap was good, but the ball then just popped free. So Kaufman with a break there. I don't think Justin Buttermore was trying to get cute on this. Let's watch it here.
No, the ball never got set by the holder.
Yeah, the holder dropped it, sure.
Never really had an opportunity to be able to make anything happen there.
Noah Gellert, the holder, unable to get the ball down properly. The snap was good, but the hold was bobbled. So Kaufman, with 9.5 minutes to go in the game, down 21-3, will get the football. You would almost have thought, Jeff, points there might have been your basic knockout punch in this game. But Kaufman, with a break there, they get the football, but they have to hurry. Here's Hart back to throw now, looking long to the near side now. This pass will sail out of bounds. He's trying to get the ball to his favorite target, Amari Valerio Hudson.
Boy, the way the wind is blowing tonight, it's going to be very difficult to connect on a lot of those long throws down the field.
Valerio Hudson, a very talented wide out, good speed, good hands. We saw that outside shoulder catch he made in the first half, which was a big gain. Quinn Hart tonight really hasn't been able to get any kind of offense going, Jeff, as far as throwing the football. He's just 9 of 23 for just 43 yards and an interception. Of course, that was the pick 6.
Been very effective running the football, but they have not been able to really get things going as far as putting the ball in the air.
And they'll run the football here, and it's David White with his first big gain of the night. Out to the 40, he's knocked down a Bowling Green State first down as David White pounds out to the 40, picked up 15 big yards that time.
Good job by the senior free safety, Duke Lashutka, coming up to make the play. Duke Lashutka, the grandson of former Ohio State captain Greg Lashutka, also a former mayor of Columbus, Ohio. I know Dad's at home watching this game. I shouldn't say Dad, Grandpa.
Grandpa. To the near side, pass is caught And nice move up the near side sideline, and then being run out of bounds. Cameron Harrison's had a nice night tonight, and that was a good catch there, and a nice gain, and another Bowling Green State first down for the Kaufman Shamrocks out to the midfield stride. Chunk gains 15 and 10, and quickly they're at the midfield stride.
All of a sudden, we talked about the inability to throw the football, and look at this. They got themselves a good ball out into the flat, and Cameron Harrison, a young man, has only caught 4 passes coming into tonight's ball game, but 2 of them are for touchdowns.
Again, back to throw is Hart. Looking, running, and steps out of a tackle attempt and continues to push his way ahead and almost got another first down. In fact, I think, well, he's a yard shy. He picked up 9 on that carry to the 41. So a second down and short call upcoming for Kaufman, and the Shamrocks playing with a little sense of urgency right now here in this fourth quarter on this offensive set. They'll hand it off to White, who will hand it to Valerio Hudson, who will throw it back to the quarterback, who will throw it downfield. The pass is picked off. That pass was read. That play was read perfectly by Jake Braun, the cornerback. He knew exactly what was coming right there.
They got too fancy for their own good right there, going with a flea flicker. It was a hurry up. Everybody was on the same page, but the execution not there. And how about staying home by that secondary, making the plays? Watch again. Flip. Get it back to the quarterback, throw it up, and again, the read was just spectacular back there in the secondary.
Jake Braun, one of the top tacklers on the team, but he smelled that play the moment the ball was snapped and was right there to read it perfectly for Justin Buttermore's team, and they get the football on a Bowling Green State University change of possession, first down, and Connor McClellan's back into the game and gets out across the 45-yard line from the 42, a pick up a 3. Well, Justin Buttermore said during the week, the reason we're 5-3 right now is the play of our defense. I asked him about the struggles they were having on offense, and their uniforms are somewhat similar in color, but I referenced Iowa in the Big Ten and the struggles they have offensively, but they're 6-1 right now and just kind of rolling along. And he said, we've used that comparison throughout the season about where we are offensively and defensively.
Well, and again, I give him a compliment that you're trying to compare him to a college football team, but this Upper Arlington football team's better than Iowa.
Here's McClellan going across the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line. Yeah, 21 points out in Iowa City right now. It might be a big day.
Well, especially if any of them were on the offensive side. It's really interesting. We pick on Iowa a little bit, or I pick on Iowa a little bit, Marty. Last weekend, they played they played Purdue, and Purdue it loses to Iowa. Iowa didn't complete a pass to a wide receiver in the football game, and we're not talking about a game that was played back in 1902. We're talking about a game that was played last weekend, and they could not complete a pass to a wide receiver at the Big Ten level. That is pathetic.
Third down and 1 upcoming for Upper Arlington. Connor McClellan, who has 118 yards. We're going to add to that, and he picks up the first down, gain of 5 to the 45-yard line. As McClellan picks up a Bowling Green State University first down. Connor McClellan with another big night. 721 yards coming into the game, toting the pigskin. He's found the end zone twice tonight and a big first down gain there.
A number of years ago, we watched another great running back here, Grisak, playing for Upper Arlington. I don't know that this kid is as dynamic as Grisak was, but I'll tell you what, I have been very impressed with Connor McClellan tonight running that tailback spot.
The Bowling Green State University first down keeps the drive going for the Upper Arlington offense against the Kaufman defense, and it's McClellan again, just dragging defenders with him now inside the 40 to the 36-yard line.
What a terrific adjustment he made as soon as he got the football. The vision by this young man to be able to make the adjustment he needed to veer to his left. Watch again, as soon as he gets the ball, he views it right there, and he's able to make that correction in the backfield. That is excellent job by Connor McClellan. There's his evening so far. 17 attempts, 131 yards, and 2 scores. So
and a well-deserved drink of water on that sideline.
I don't think he's done yet either.
Second down and 2 call upcoming as we go under 6 minutes left in the game. Hubert, the ball carrier, inside the 35. The Kaufman defense is a group that Garen Stokes talked about earlier in the week, much like their counterparts on the other side of the ball from Upper Arlington. They've been battling injuries as well, too, and it's been a struggle at times. And Garen Stokes said, quite frankly, we've been a mess health-wise on the defensive side of the ball. We have done our best to keep everybody's heads up, and I think that's a very good coaching staff on that sideline at Kaufman, led by Garen Stokes. But sometimes when you know you don't have your proper horses out on the field, it can make things very tough.
It's very hard, but the effort clearly has been there.
A first down, Bowling Green State University first down. Hubert, the ball carrier again. There's good penetration and a good tackle there that time by Dublin Kaufman. That was Nigel Allard, who's had some big plays tonight. 5'9", 180-pound junior.
Not sure if that was a designed handoff or a read option, but if it was a read option, Kyle Cox made the wrong decision. You're getting a lot of pressure there right up the middle. That's one where you want to pull it and go ahead and run if you're the quarterback.
Second down and 11 for Upper Arlington. Cox pulls in the snap, and this is Hubert to the 35-yard line. 21-3, Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman here tonight. It's Friday Night Rivals, week number 9.
All-wheel drive season is coming. Changes, weather, road conditions. What doesn't change? Toyota's commitment to giving you the freedom to explore with more all-wheel drive choices, like the adventurous RAV4, America's best-selling SUV. Now get a new RAV4 with low 3.99 APR financing or 4.99 on an electrified RAV4 hybrid, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance. Change is coming. Stay ahead with RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
Garen Stokes using a timeout, stopping the clock. 4:17 left in the game. Upper Arlington 21, Dublin Kaufman 3. These teams will each wrap up regular season play next week. It gets no easier for Kaufman. They get the currently undefeated Jaguars of Hilliard-Bradley. That game will be at Bradley next week, while Upper Arlington, while as much this is certainly a rivalry game, the game they finish up with next week is definitely a rivalry game. They take on Hilliard-Davidson next week, and those two schools, that has been a very, very interesting rivalry over years. Just ask Jeremy Scally, the head coach at Davidson.
No kidding.
The 1 year he took the job at Upper Arlington, I think he lost some friends.
It wasn't
taking that job.
Wasn't well received, to say the very least. Davidson 0-3 in the league, playing Liberty tonight in week number 9.
Third down and 11. Jeremy Scally doing a very good job with that Davidson program. They'll pass it to the flat, and the pass is caught by Wolford, and he moves across the 30-yard line. And another timeout by Dublin Kaufman, and we'll step aside again. 21-3, Upper Arlington leads Kaufman. Dublin Kaufman High School's marching band put on quite a show as well earlier tonight. This look at their performance is sponsored by Music Go Round, Marching Band Sound. Check out any of their locations, 2630 Bethel Road and in Gahanna, inside the Stone Ridge Plaza, the Dublin Kaufman High School Band. All the points in this game in the first half. Upper Arlington leads Dublin Kaufman 21-3.
From the 29.
Kaufman offense facing Kaufman defense facing an Upper Arlington team with a 4th down and 3 upcoming at the Kaufman 29. Shamrocks just used their next to last timeout. Back to throw now is Cox. On 4th down and 3, rolling, and we'll just heave this one way out of bounds, and Kaufman will get the football on downs at the 29, their own 29, with 4:04 left in the game. And their offense, which really had a tough time generating much of anything tonight, will come onto the field once again, trying to get something going here, but they have a long way to go, Jeff, and a short time to get there.
I know it's 4th down and 4 yards to go. A little bit surprised he didn't run the football to gain a little bit more clock and force, if you get the first down, at least force Kaufman to use some of those timeouts.
4 wides on the field, a slot back as well for senior quarterback Quinn Hart, who, again, has all kinds of time. Great protection. Now he'll just have to run as he couldn't find anybody open downfield and has to angle out of bounds.
Just a 3-man rush by the Golden Bears that time and dropping 8 back into coverage. Nobody available. That's a coverage sack, really. They did gain a few yards, so it doesn't go as a sack, but the middle linebacker, George Gerber, who was questionable coming into tonight's football game, able to play, been battling a little bit of a leg injury, but good to see him back.
Well, there was a good battle on that left side of that offensive line. Chris Manu and Kyle Thrush were just going right at one another. Those two have teed off against one another and are going again as Hart rolls to throw, and he might have been hit as he went to throw the football. Thrush got through that time, and that will bring up a 3rd down.
They're acting like it's a fumble.
It looked like his arm was moving forward.
Yeah.
Watch here as you see the pressure. There's Gerber chasing. Here comes Thrush. That's a forward pass.
Yeah, the officials were signaling incomplete. The coaches were just saying, make sure, go ahead and pick up that ball as if it was a fumble, and there's a signaling going on to the quarterback.
So 3rd down and 9 upcoming very quickly for Kaufman. And under 4 minutes to go in this one. Big rush is on. Hart delivers and has a receiver. And making the catch is Whirling. And a much-needed 1st down for Kaufman as he gets out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Picks up 13 yards. Hart staying in the pocket and finding his receiver, Whirling across the middle.
He gets a lot of credit for having the poise to stand in there and take the hit as he released the football, delivered it.
Again, Hart will go back to throw, again with time. And again, just heaves this one to the far side and out of bounds.
Quinn Hart's pass is incomplete. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd down upcoming, 2nd down and 10. 3.5 to go in this matchup tonight. I'd like to thank Dwayne Sheldon and the entire athletic department staff here at Dublin Kaufman High School, the director of athletics. I think Dwayne's busy during basketball season at all.
Oh, can you imagine?
His daughter Jace plays at Ohio State. His son AJ plays at Ohio University.
What a athletic family.
Wow. He was the head coach at Baldwin Wallace for a number of years, college basketball-wise. Hart to throw, near side, and the pass is caught, and trying to wiggle out of that was Cameron Hairston. Don't forget tomorrow, of course, Ohio State's at Purdue, but the best coverage of the Buckeyes, the best pregame tradition, returns tomorrow at 11 o'clock before the Buckeyes kick off against those pesky Boilermakers. The Football Fever on ABC6 helps you get ready for the game with the game plan. Join Clay Hall and the entire Buckeye Brain Trust for the Football Fever, which starts at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning on ABC6. Our own Kellyanne Stitz is a proud member of the Football Fever broadcast crew.
Pass completed there to Amari Valerio Hudson. He's been the go-to receiver for the Dublin Kaufman Rocks tonight, but clock is certainly not on their side. 2:59 remaining. We talked about the fact that both of these teams are not high-scoring offenses, averaging, for Upper Arlington, 24 points a game. Dublin Kaufman, 23 points a game. But if you look at the scoring so far for the year, this is by far the lowest output that Dublin Kaufman has been able to come up with the entire season.
4th down and 8. Hart to throw. Drops down sidearm to Whirling, and he is knocked out of bounds. It is shy of the 1st down, so on downs. Upper Arlington will get the football back with 2:53 to go in this one, and that may have been your basic exclamation point right there. Whirling a little upset with himself as he walks off the field.
I think he was not aware of it being 4th down or where that marker was, because he stepped out of bounds and really upset with himself for maybe not trying to stretch that play a little bit further.
Justin Buttermore in his 4th year coaching at Upper Arlington. Garen Stokes in his 3rd year at Dublin Kaufman. And as we referenced in the first half, these two coaches have a great deal of respect for one another. Garen Stokes, in fact, said earlier in the week he just loves coaching against Buttermore's team, because you know what you're going to see. It's very similar to what they like to do in a lot of respects. McClellan, the ball carrier, out to the 45. And it was interesting, too, Jeff, as this clock starts to wind down with this game pretty much in Upper Arlington's hip pocket right now. I asked both coaches, knowing they're going to be into the playoffs, again, because of the lack of overall teams in their regions and the fact that both are in the top 10 of their respective regions right now. They know that that's what's coming. There will be an 11th game for both of these teams. The things you try to work on, and maybe work on some of those things you need to kind of fix up a little bit here as you start thinking ahead to week 11.
Yeah, you want to continue to make progress each week. Every day you go out there, you can try and get a little bit better, and that's what they're trying to concentrate on right now, is trying to continue to improve. And speaking of improvements,
we missed this last week.
I'll bet you did.
We missed this last week.
I can only imagine, but this is our version, my version of Logan's Heroes, the top 5 teams, in my opinion, in the Central District, who I think had the ability to go deep into the playoffs. And, the one thing I'll share with you, somebody might be critical about the fact that Olentangy Berlin is there, and the fact that Berlin has a loss, but they beat Olentangy last week, 27-20. And I'll tell you what, I kind of like them. And Canal Winchester, I think it's a terrific football team. Bishop Watterson, Gahanna Lincoln, and how about the boys at West Jeff? They are brand new to Logan's Heroes. What do you think? You're not happy?
No, there's one notable omission on that list. I'm sorry.
Hamilton Township?
Pickerington North.
Oh, you know what? We'll see what happens after tonight's game.
Well, that's true. They were trailing at the half.
Exactly.
Loose ball, and coming away with the football on the turnover. Kaufman's chances of this game still with just 1:25 left are very slim, but let's see how this works here.
Let's see what happens.
Throw to
That's incomplete.
Hubert. Yeah, they're trying to call that a backward lateral.
Yeah, there's no way. No way.
It's not backwards in any stretch of the imagination.
No, not under.
And it wasn't even a catch.
They don't have the beauty of replay, obviously, but these officials will get this right.
Joe Volpio, Frank Grubb, Steve Gerber, Ben Jordan Downs, Marcus Wright, John Sapphire have done a very good job of this one tonight. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line.
They should wind the clock here, too.
Exactly.
Yep.
I never disagree with you on your choices. I just couldn't understand how there were.
Ruling on the field was the pass was backwards, recovered by White, making it 4th down.
Wow.
Did I see that wrong?
I was wondering why they were winding the clock there, because they did call it. Well, it was not incomplete because it was ruled a lateral. It was ruled a lateral, and Dublin Kaufman will.
All right. Very interesting. So 21-3 is the lead, under a minute to go in this one. Our player of the game tonight, I think it's a pretty easy choice this evening. Watch this young man run into the end zone here. He was a big factor in this game. We're getting close to the end zone. And now, little hop, jump, and a 6 into the end zone for Connor McClellan.
And nearly 150 yards rushing tonight and a couple of touchdowns. And Connor McClellan has been exceptional for the Golden Bears this evening, leading his football team to victory, 21-3. Currently with 55 seconds remaining here, and an excellent job by the senior running back. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Closing in on that time.
Who is going to hold the orb? Well, Kelly Ann's got her hands all over that thing, right?
She's in charge of the orb.
Personal relationship with the orb.
That's right. So a 4th down situation, and Arlington will punt the football away. Valerio Hudson with the fielding of the punt and gets to the near side to the 15-yard line. 45 seconds left in this matchup tonight here. Upper Arlington will win this game and take a 15-12 lead in the overall series. Justin Buttermore said, this game has to be low scoring for us to win, and it will end up being I think it's fair to call it low scoring. No points in the second half, 21-3. And if you take away the defense and the blocked punt, obviously you can't do that, but it levels the playing field a little more in this one tonight.
Well, and if you just look at it, offense versus defense tonight, it's been a very even kind of a football game. But, again, there are 3 phases of this game, and Upper Arlington has succeeded in all 3 phases of the game.
And Kaufman will run the football. Spitting out near the 35-yard line. First carry of the night.
Rocks cannot stop the clock at this stage. It'll kind of wind down, and there is no need for another play. That'll be it.
And Upper Arlington will improve to 6-3, go to 2-2 in the OCC Central, and pick up some valuable computer points as far as their seeding. It's interesting to note these 2 teams, despite being in the same division, are in different regions of the computer rankings. Upper Arlington's in Region 3, Kaufman's in Region 2, but nonetheless, Arlington gets some pretty valuable points right here. Again, because if you're in the top 8, you're hosting in that first round, and that means so much.
Yeah, the top 16, get into playoffs, and what you don't want to be one of those bottom 4 having to play against the top 4. If you can get yourself in there around 7, 8, or 9, I think you've got a great possibility of being able to move on and get into week 2 or 3 of the playoffs.
Dublin Kaufman with the loss drops to 6-3, and also 2-2 in the OCC Central. Justin Buttermore with his 33rd win as head coach at Upper Arlington. And Dublin Kaufman falls to 6-3 with the loss. Upper Arlington 21, Dublin Kaufman 3. That's your final Week 9 of Friday Night Rivals.
This is the all-new Grand Highlander.
Toyota took the best-selling Highlander and made it bigger, more powerful, and more fuel efficient.
With your choice of 3 different powertrains, including the 362-horsepower Hybrid Max.
The interior design is so tech-focused, I'm in total control.
And you gotta love the 12.3-inch touchscreen.
The big news is right back here, with over 20 cubic feet of cargo space.
Behind a full-size third row.
Step up to something grand.
Toyota, let's go places.
Week 9 in the books. Upper Arlington 21, Dublin Kaufman 3. As we watch a OCC Central matchup tonight that goes to the Golden Bears over the Dublin Kaufman Shamrocks. This game turned early. A blocked punt was huge. Upper Arlington took the opening kick, marched down the field. Connor McClellan capped off a lengthy drive with a touchdown run. And then they added another score late in the first half as well, too. Kellyanne Stitz is midfield with the winning coach, Justin Buttermore.
Coach, you guys came out in the first half, dominating in all 3 phases, putting 21 up on them, and then holding them to their lowest scoring output of the season. How proud are you of your guys' effort tonight?
I'm really proud of our effort. I mean, like I said, we've had a really up and down year. We've had a lot of injuries, and guys just keep playing hard. And so I was really happy, like I said, to see the start that we got. And, obviously second half there wasn't a lot going on, but we held them in check and we're able to win the game.
How does a win like tonight help you guys continue to garner momentum as you look again to the postseason, but also to next week against Hilliard-Davidson?
Yeah, I mean, we know there's another big one next week, but it's certainly nice, like I said, after 2 straight losses to get the win last week and then come out this week and kind of back it up and just get back on track. We're a program that's not used to losing, and losing 2 in a straight threw our guys for a few shockwaves. So nice to get back on track and kind of back to what we consider normal.
Well, congratulations on the win, and I'm going to also present to you what we lovingly refer to as the orb. Where are you guys going to put this one?
We'll put it right in the coach's office to start and let the players decide where they want to have it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Kellyanne, thank you very much. Congratulations to Justin Buttermore and his football team after losing 2 games in a row. And you heard him say it. We're not used to losing at Upper Arlington. Jeff, in the last 2 games, they've allowed 3 points.
Well, that's what happened to that guy back in 1931. They lost 2 in a row, and they ran the guy out of town, Marty. No, seriously, you don't want to have that towards the end of the season. And, again, you're going to see how close these total stats are. Marty, a year ago, they had exactly the same amount of total yards in the game, but the biggest difference in this game's got to be the 2 turnovers that are there. One went for the pick 6, and a block kick should count as a turnover as well because it ultimately does exactly that same thing. So congratulations to the Upper Arlington Golden Bears on a very successful game tonight in all three phases of the game.
And when their defense needed to step up and make a play, it did tonight. Coffman, despite their injuries, they have some weapons on offense. Quinn Hart played very well tonight. David White is a very talented running back. They just couldn't get their offense generated tonight, and a lot of that goes to the Upper Arlington defense. Once again, the final tonight, 21-3, Upper Arlington knocking off Dublin Kaufman. That's a wrap of this edition of Toyota's Friday Night Rivals, presented by Columbus State Community College. We're back with you for Week 10 next Friday night, as we will be at Olentangy as the Braves play host to the Monarchs of Marysville. On behalf of Jeff Logan, Kellyanne Stitz, our statistician Jason Van Hoos, Dean Marini, and our entire CW Columbus Friday Night Rivals crew, this is Marty Banos reminding you one more time the final score tonight here at Coffman Stadium in Dublin. Upper Arlington 21, Dublin Kaufman 3. See you in Week 10.
Great effort, great job getting back. Tonight, though, tough to win. Okay, let's enjoy it together as teammates. Okay, let's get breaks. Let's go. Let's go, baby. All right, Cole. Go, Cole, you got it. Team up, they fell down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, I got one more with you for ABC.
Picture, yes!
All right, let me know when y'all are ready.
Where's George? Where's Herbert?
Coach, you guys came out in the first half dominating in all three phases, putting 21 up on them and then holding them to 3. The lowest scoring output for Dublin Kaufman this season. How proud are you of your guys' effort tonight?
Really proud, because they are a very good offense. I mean, they're physical, they're tough to deal with because they have so many formations and they spread you out, and the quarterback is such a big run threat. And they got some yardage, and they always do. They move the ball, but I thought we got key stops when it mattered, and that was really the difference. We didn't allow any big plays like we talked about in the pregame, and when you don't allow big plays, it gives you opportunities to get off the field, and we did that.
You guys are already in the postseason, but what does a win like tonight do in terms of building momentum to close out the regular season on a high note?
Yeah, we talk all the time about you want to be playing your best in the biggest moments, and these late season games and the playoffs are the biggest moments. So, I think our kids are playing better, and hopefully we can build some more momentum going forward.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.